Hey y'all, how are you? How are you doing today? Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. I'm sorry, y'all. There's this storm going on outside, and I lost Wi-Fi, and I'm glad. I'm so glad that we had this storm because it made me have a topic change. So I'm gonna be roasting today. I'm pissed off. I'm angry. I'm annoyed because I'm just like kind of confused on what the men in the community are not getting when it comes down to whew, um, why is it important to be woman first, or why is it important to you know put yourself um put your womanhood before anything, even sometimes before your blackness, well, the majority of the time before your blackness. So I'm going to be going off on, and hi y'all. Let me just say hello again. Because I can't. My name is Aya. I created the Red Pill for Women show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Um, I kind of need to address and roast this these dumb dusties who really feel the need, right? Really think that they have enough currency as men to be as picky as other men, right? We already know the hierarchy of what it is of race of men, and they are not at the top. I'm gonna need y'all to like this video, child, because when I saw this video, I almost jumped through my damn screen and had to roast these dread wearing dumb ass clowns. Ladies, it is very important, right? Very important to make sure that you focus on yourself, and don't be around these types of men because they're not changing. They're getting worse. They're getting worse. Just because, child, when I saw this video, I don't know if y'all know, but I was watching the
Let me
sma-
see.
the smash or pass video. These men, and if y'all do me a favor, if because I don't think I like the video, but where these men feel the need to judge women and be disrespectful based, if I want to show you how these Negroes look, I need to show y'all how they look. And they have the audacity to think it's okay to disrespect a woman just because of her skin complexion, or think they're the caliber of man to judge a woman based off her skin complexion. That's like a roach coming up to you while you sitting on your throne and telling you how ugly you are. Shay Hart says, "Hey Eddie, I'm new to your channel. I love your commentary. I just dropped, and you dropped a lot of excellent gems. Keep it up. Thank you so much. Welcome to the show, Shay. Welcome to the show. I don't know what you look at. I don't know what y'all are used to before, but today we finna get ratchet, and we're gonna show why it's important for women to divest, specifically dark skinned women, to start interracially dating and divesting quicker than anybody else because they are being targeted and publicly shamed based on skin complexion.
1969.
Why can I not find this video? If y'all can find the video, send it to my Instagram or send it to me on Discord. Of these men just out here doing smash or pass videos. Are you kidding me? It's a damn pandemic. Black people have no wealth, about to go to zero. No Lysol, no toilet paper, no nothing. We just got out of it, and the first thing you want to do is rape black women? Are you kidding me? Y'all send me that video because I cannot find it. I think they flagged the video down because I had it liked. If you can find the video on Shade Room, hold on. Find it on Shade Room or find it here because I'm gonna play this video of the other ones, but I'm gonna show you why it's important to make sure that you run away, far away, and don't look back. Don't look back. Why can't
the question?
and yeah, and what I hate about this, what I hate about these videos too, is that when y'all say they look good, and what do you want? These men are more prettier than you sometimes. It's almost like dating a damn woman. How pretty these men be looking. Hair be cut, um, dreads be oil sheened, twist looking good. Put on some heels. I can't tell the difference if it's a woman or a damn man. A lot of these men. Now these men think they have currency based off looks. They want to, I told you they want to be bad bitches so bad they want to be video vixens. They want to be next to Jay-Z twerking in his face. That's what they want to be. I'm telling you, didn't I tell y'all that this was going to happen? That these men were going to be so pretty? Oh, send me that video, please. Please. These men are going to start asking for Birkins. Asking for sugar mamas. Hold on, wait, y'all. Let me see if I can find this really quick. I couldn't believe that this damn roach had the audacity to rate this beautiful woman. I think I had the video. Hold on, because I see it. I can. Look,
I'll brush you up.
hold on, wait. Let me see
You got a
this.
fat ass. I've seen you before. I've been people. I smash you. You give me grown woman vibes.
Very much. Priority status.
I'm gonna leave you alone.
Oh, hold on. Let me show you how to. Oh, send me. I found the video, y'all. It's finna get lit. It is finna get crunk. Let me open this up real quick. Oh, this get me so mad. The fact that look at the way these beasts, and I call them beasts because they act like one, because ain't no real man gonna come up to some woman and talk to her like that. I want you to look at his face. Overweight as hell. Look at that. Y'all can't see it. Let me open it up. Let me open this up right now. How do I let me remove this banner really quick. Look at that neck. Look at that neck. I'm gonna rewind this really quick. Y'all let these men think that they're hold on. Let's play.
Yeah, bitch, the speaker right there.
Now, she going perk, I don't know that.
You got to be kidding me. This man is allowed to rape black women. Do you see that? Do you see this man? This is you want to be scared of one of these men ran up on you on the street? Look at this. Look how confident he is. It's because these women are in here telling him that he looks so good.
Round per pill. I want my girl Nick to do a smash and pass when see what it is for you, hear me?
Go ahead, Aaron. Wow.
Alright. I'll brush you up because you got a fat ass. I've seen you before. I've been people. I'll smash you.
Look at this. Look at this.
You give me grown woman vibes.
Very much. Sexy class. Priority status.
I'm gonna leave you alone.
Okay. What that say?
I'll smash you because you thick.
Okay. Period.
You black and
What? Ladies, I want y'all to have the same smoke for these men. Because you know what? Maybe y'all need to reverse the colorism back around. Reverse the colorism back around. Start telling these men that they're blacker than you so that maybe they shouldn't have access to you. Please like this video. Wow. This man thinks that he has the audacity to rate a woman based off of color. Look how dark he is. I swear. Reverse the colorism back around every time. I'm telling you. But you see, other women get the same access to these men. They're not getting something special when it comes down to these types of men. Do you see the way he talks to his preference? Talk about she got a fat ass. That's the only reason why he would date her. This is crazy.
I'm finding
you look like you cool people. I'll smash you. You fine. I'll smash you. You fine. You got some nice lips. I'll smash you. You look a little ratchet. And I went to Johnny, 20K shit, yeah.
At least you dropped the dub.
Yeah, big dub, more than that, yeah.
A whole killer. This man is a whole killer. Did you see how they met up with gang signs? He knew what that meant. And this is so funny because these men will have access to all of those women up there, right? All of those women. You see all of those women over there? That's fine. Listen, I'm not talking about their looks because they're all beautiful women. All beautiful women. But still will have the nerve to be on Clubhouse and divest the women's business. You have access to these women. This is what you wanted. But I bet you they would still come around. At that black woman, at that dark skin, beautiful black woman was to go over there and date a white. I bet you. I will bet you $500 every man would be on her ass.
I'm good. Thickums? Alright, you already know what it is. I'll pass on y'all. You ice. I see you, mama. I see you, mama.
Not Johnny, but Nick.
Alright, I see you. I'll smash you.
You did y'all see that? I want y'all to notice that. Let's rewind this back, right? You see how he hit on her like if she was a man and the roles were reversed? He attracted to her because of her icy chain. What? Didn't I? Oh, our community rates some good gold digging men, child. Raise some gold digging men, honey. Look at that. That's the first thing he looked at is her chain.
Thickums? Alright, you already know what it is. I'll pass on y'all. What you got tonight? You ice out. You ice out.
Look at that. Look at him blushing. Not because of her looks. He blushing on her because of her chain. How feminine is that? How I told you these are the new Birkin men. The new Birkin man, like this video. Look at his face. If I don't see it, he blushing because he not blush. He not even looking at her. He's looking at her chain. That's the only thing he found was cute about her. Bernadine says this is why some black women have to be left behind. Child, I can't leave not one behind. I can't. I can't. But look at the way he's looking at her chain. Y'all know I'm a pick Misha for black women. I can't. He's smiling like a little boy at a candy store. Thank you, Bernadine. Love you down.
I see you, mama. Nick, I see you, mama. Not Johnny, but Nick. All right, I see you. I'll smash you. Fine.
Now that was cute and smooth. Get to the back of the line. It's your girl, Chantel Lachey. I'm here.
Disgusted. Look at this. Look at it. Look at him.
Wet, cousin. You gotta get that shit wet first.
What's your name?
Look at him.
Brittany.
Let me pause this. I want y'all to see the front of his hair. The front of his hair, child. The front of his hair. I want y'all to see it.
I smash.
Look, what in the mop? What in the mop head is going on? You had the nerve to know you was going to be around beautiful women and you didn't have the nerve to get your hair done? With a white t-shirt? What in the mop is that? That's not even your normal mop. That's not the mop that you get from Whole Foods. That's the mop that you get from the 99-cent store. That's what type of mop that is. But this is the man that think that he has the nerve to rate you. No jewelry, no earrings, bare neck. Get that out of here.
What's your name is? Destiny. Destiny? You thick, so you know I smash. What's your name is?
Shayon.
Shayon? Where you from?
I'm from New Orleans.
From New Orleans? Or you from there? You from Louisiana? You know I smash. You're a freak. Oh. What's your name is?
Zadana.
You look like you cool, but you my type. What's your name is?
And oh. Can I tell you something? Listen, it's a blessing to not be their preference. It's a blessing to not be their preference because being their preference puts you in danger. Because if one of those women would have told them no in the street and would have had the nerve to be their preference, it would have been off with their heads. You want to know what they do to their preference? You want to know? Google woman murdered and type in in Google and type in news, and that's what they do to their preference.
Bria, where you from?
San Antonio.
San Antonio? You ain't my type, but you look like you cool people though. What's your name, man?
Jordan.
Jordan? I bought a smash. I wouldn't cuff though. What's your name, man? Kanaj.
What you mean one? Look at her face. She said, Negro, what? Mr. Mophead won't cuff. What? Look at her face. She is so disappointed. Like if this man is some type of prize. Like if him saying that he don't want you is not the best thing that hit your life, or that he would just only want to be with you to smash. That is a blessing, honey. You should have been clapping. Move on.
Where you from?
Stella said, I literally tell black women all the time. Being their preference just means you're their preferred victim. Child, if you don't say that again, thank you so much, Stella. Libra says, love this channel. Thank you, Ian. Thank you. No, thank you. And make sure y'all stay with. Look at this hair. And I'm not trying to be mean or crazy, but come on now. This is the type of man that go to work or a job application or a job interview and then wonder why he didn't get a job. Call it racist. No, Jamal, you're not getting a job because your hair not done. This man looked like he smelled like Black Mouse and stale cigarettes. Jamal, I'm gonna need you to put down the axe and go to the hair salon. Get that wrapped up. Get that done.
You crust. I ain't gonna even stunt. You know how I smash. What's your name, man? T. You too skinny for me. What's your name, man?
You can't win. You cannot win. You can't win. You they upset you overweight. They're mad that you're too skinny. They just don't like you. So you know what you need to do? Grab your suitcase where you can go to any other group of men who won't have no problems. No problems with your weight, your looks, and they just focus on your personality. How about that? This man smells like Alizé and Hennessy. What they call that? A Hulk drink? A green machine? Whatever it's called? That's what he smell like.
You too skinny for me, too. What's your name, man? Where you from? Houston. Houston. You ain't really thick, so you know you ain't my type. What's your name,
And
man?
this is what I'm talking about, right? Because it's always a contradiction, right? This overweight kind of culture thing. They love this woman with thick booties and big titties. Do they know that's weight? Do they know that that's weight? You know, I'm gonna pull out the R word. I'm starting to think they retarded. They complain about overweight, but do you know the thickness in the thighs and the thickness in the titties? That's weight. It does not. It's not air. These men are weird.
Huh? Where you from? You thick? I probably hit. I don't know. I can't even say I would. I fuck with y'all. Where y'all from again? Houston. Houston. What's your name is? Big Mama. Little Mama. Little Mama. I hit. I smash. Yes, sir. What's your name is? Ashley. Where you from? That's not my name. Linda Asia. I'm from Houston. You be lying and shit. I ain't like, nigga, watch you, bro. I smash though. You savage, I smash. Thank you.
A savage. Remember when I told y'all about that song? I'm a savage. Classy, bougie. You a savage. Okay, look at your hair. Imagine a man with hair like that will call you a savage. Ooh. Imagine a caveman looking Negro like that had the nerve to call a woman a savage.
What's her name? It's Chantel. Chantel? Thick, I ain't lying. I fuck with that.
Thank you.
I smash.
Hey, you guys, this is your girl, Booty.
I ain't even going to do you like that, sis. I'm going to skip past you. I'm going to skip past the woman and I'm going to go strictly to the men because I want you to know what the men are doing. I'll let the woman channel address the women because I just will never. But these men, ooh,
You like you too shy. I pass.
can't be shy. Look at that black woman. They just are never pleased. Are never pleased. Are never pleased. That's why you need to go and interracially date. You can't be too shy, you can't be too loud, you can't be too ratchet, you can't be too thick, you can't be too skinny, you can't be too light, you can't be too dark skin.
I'm a Jim. My birthday just passed. Happy birthday to me. We in this bitch. So
Okay, all right. Happy birthday, princess, because that's what he want. He want that princess attention. You see princess in the screen. That's what he want to be, a princess.
I smash. Yeah, twins. All right, we in this bitch. I hit you with that. Smash. You take care of a nigga too.
Y'all heard you heard what this Negro said? He said you look like you would take care of him. Didn't I tell you that y'all weren't on Clubhouse when I did my Pygmisha room yesterday? These men can smell a Pygmisha from a mile away. Pygmishas think they're being picked. No, you are being chosen. This man knows a Pygmisha when he see one because his mama was one. And he said you look like you can take care of him. Pygmisha don't come to these stages or don't come in these rooms or on these and brag about this type of man. Don't come and don't brag to me or come up in here and defend this man because I'm gonna move you to the audience. You gotta go. I won't let you embarrass yourself like that. Don't come up here defending a man like this. I won't let you embarrass yourself ever like that, Pygmisha, ever again. You gotta go to the audience. This is what you are mad at me because I'm talking about this? Really? Okay.
Man. You know what I'm saying? And you look like you rowdy about it, so shit, I smashed too. So shit, hey, real P in the building.
That's what y'all want. Okay. All right. That's what y'all be fighting me over. Okay. Let's see what the
Line him up.
You know what I need my phone. You cute ass man.
Oh.
You cute ass man. Yeah. You just cause you pass me, I'm gonna pass you. I'm gonna pass you like your body count high.
what does a body count high look like? Negro, are you a magician? Are you a mind reader or some shit? Your clothes are too big, but you can read the mind of you can read the mind of a black woman and figure out how many men she slept with. You, Ninja, you don't know the size of your clothes. You're a medium. Your clothes are an extra large, and you have the caucasity to tell a woman she looked like her body count too high. Get the hell out of here.
Let me see, turn around. I could touch that. Oh, smash. You cute, I smash. cute, I smash. You cute, I smash. You cute, I smash. Y'all too. I fuck with y'all, I smash. You cute too, I smash. You cute, I smash.
And a lot of these women were not even interested in these types of men, which was really funny. But I want to get into this one when a dark skinned woman actually goes. Because this is the woman that they shit on the whole thing, and she finally get a chance to go. See, what she should have did, she should have spit in their face. But okay.
You look like this girl I know from high school, so I'm gonna have to pass.
Okay. I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna pass because it look like you can't eat pussy well.
Oh, okay. Okay. I don't like light skin, so I have to pass.
And this is why those men have that preference. You see why them dark skinned men are so disrespectful? Yes, I'm a colorist today towards men. I've always been one, always will be one. Mind your business. That's why they had that. You see that little attitude, that that little sassiness these dark skinned men have, like if they bad bitches. That's why, because you're saying too loud that your preference is dark skinned men. That's why you got Sassiana or Sassy Daquan. That's why that's why you got Sassy Daquan and Sassy Jamal now who want a Birkin. Stella says these men are dangerous to everyone. Abuse black women because they're itches to sleep with, and abuse gay men because they're ashamed. Can we do an episode on DL men? Of course I can. I got you. Thank you again. Yes, I'm colorist towards them. Very much colorist. But that's why you get a Sassiana. Bust down Sassiana. Because these men know that they're your preference, and that dark-skinned men are their preference.
Pass. Okay, all right. I'm gonna have to pass.
I'll pass, but I want your money, so I might smash, but I might not.
You got no money. Legend. What's your name? Legendary. All right. Zion. That's your name. Yeah. I'm a smash because you know I like dark skin.
I'm a smash.
Look, I can't. I'm gonna stay quiet. I'm gonna stay mute. Stop worshiping these men. Look at his face. He know he got her. He don't have to give her nothing but good dick and a good a put out.
We could smash together.
Okay.
Oh, so we can smash together.
Okay.
Did you, what?
I'm gonna smash you. I don't know why, but yeah.
Pass.
Pass. You could have that one by yourself. Okay. What's your name? Gary. I don't like that you don't have an undershirt on.
Look at these change. These men look. Ooh! Do you see how sassy these men look? Do you see how sassy these? Look at these. Look at his see-through Dior shirt. If he ain't a bad bitch, what is? If he ain't bad, what is? Look at this bad bitch. Look at him. The see-through Dior. That is a cute shirt. Why are the chains the chains are getting tighter? They're becoming chokers. Do you see it?
But I like it, so I'm a smash. I'm a smash.
You gotta work on this.
It's okay. I'm gonna get muscle surgery.
I'm a smash.
You gonna smash?
Pass.
Shit, my friend don't smash.
It's all right. I don't want you. It's good.
Okay, this is my cousin.
That's your cousin? Mm-hmm. I smash.
Okay, and you, oh, you cute. You a little short for me, but I'm a smash.
Pass. Too short.
Okay. Okay, you dark skinned, so I'll smash you.
I'll smash too and change.
That is the same man who just told her he would not smash her because she was dark skinned. Do y'all remember him at the beginning? This is the same man. This is why they're so rude and so. Child. This is the same man who disrespected her.
Change his opinions about dark skins.
She's going to change his opinions on dark skins. That's not your job, mamas. If y'all could find me her email, give me her email. She needs to watch this channel. I'm going to put her on to Crystalline. I'm going to put her on to Chrissy. I'm going to put her on to everybody. It's not your. Change his mind. No, girl.
I'll have his ass drowned.
What you got to say about dark skins? Because I want to know.
Oh man.
You don't got nothing to say?
Oh man.
All right.
And that's why. Listen, it's a lost cause. These women are never. It's not their job as a woman to change a man. Too, they always know that they're going to have women like this to come back to. So what's the point of doing better? They can tell you that you are unattractive. They can tell you all this other stuff, and they know you'll be right there back for them when they need you. She want to change his mind about.
You cute. I smash.
Smash because I got me a Louisiana nigga now. They nasty.
They nasty. I
Smash.
Okay. And you are smash you too.
I like grown man. I'll smash him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm smashing people. You did good, sis.
Well.
Okay, y'all ready? I'm finna do my smash face. Okay, y'all. So I'm not gonna make people smash past me because I know everybody will smash it. You know.
You see how she said, "You're not finna do me," but she let everybody else go up. This is hilarious. I'm gonna drop the link, right? And y'all can, yeah, dating these men, you might as well be a lesbian because their pants are getting tighter. It's below their ass. They twerking, having a good old time. I mean, let me find this picture. Let me find this picture. This is who y'all. I dropped the link, y'all. This is too much. They want to be bad bitches so bad. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. Hey y'all. Can y'all hear me?
Hey, Aya.
Okay, good. I'm finna be a little trolly tonight. Ava, you were there, and you know why I changed my thing today because that conversation really pissed me off, and I just had to do it. I just had to do it. But yeah, go ahead, Ava.
Yeah, I had a problem with that one man with the struggle dread. It just looked like he really wanted it in the front of his face like a bang, and he kept swinging that shit around like it was cute, like he was
Oh
the
my
baddest,
god.
like he was flickering it. I'll pass, I'll smash you.
I,
No, your body count too high. Look at that one dread, just nasty.
he says, sis, they want a Birkin. They no gold diggers. And this is what it it was the mesh Dior shirt for me. I cannot deal with I can't you cannot tell me that these men are not being emasculinized. And how dare you think that you can disrespect the dark skinned women looking as trash as you do? getting the bottom of the barrel of men and then come up on these damn things and have so much confidence. Go ahead. Nova, are you there?
Oh, hey, babes. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. I was like, drop the link. Okay, listen, right? And this is what I'm talking about, right? I knew that girl was gonna disappoint. Unfortunately, she's sitting there and stating, "Oh, I can change your mind." Like, what the hell? Why don't you guys get it that they don't want you and they don't like you? Like, why is that so hard to accept? I was like cringing. I was like, "No, sis, no." And you know the unfortunate thing about it, you could tell she needed like approval because remember she said, "Oh, me and my friend, we can smash you together," because she knows that you know she's a preference. So if I go with her, if I tag along, then he'll probably change his mind. I was just like cringing. And another thing too, is it me or like these men, like they were more excited than the women. Like it's like something about them. It's like they got like some excitement, like doing the whole smash or pass thing,
And
which
shaming women.
yes, you saw how it's like they got a hard on, like pardon my language, but it's like they got a hard on, looking at these women like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, so you're smashed, and yeah, yeah, and the whole smash or pass thing is unfortunate because it's so low vibrational. It's not like that's childish. Like we're not talking about marriage here. We're just talking about pump and dump. But yeah, I was like, yeah, so you need self esteem.
Well, Mommy, hi, how are you?
Ooh, we can barely hear you.
Well, Mommy,
Hey there, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, yeah, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I'm
How you
sorry,
doing,
y'all.
Ian?
I'm doing good. Leah, I'm just gonna mute your mic for a second. There's a lot of backdrop. Give me one second. I'm doing good. How are you, Mocha Mommy?
I'm doing well. I had heard the most insightful comment from this smaller content creator, and she says that these effeminate men, this is why they end up like getting cussed out by women and getting like their car windows broken, is because they're so effeminate, they end up attracting very masculine women.
Period.
Right? And that's why they end up, getting their chest punched in and their clothes thrown out the window. And that's how they end up with just the most, excuse my language, ratchet females because you know what I mean? They're so effeminate. Like they're waiting to be chosen and they're trying to be cute. And it's like, wow, you guys are really, they have no idea. And then when really feminine women who look to be pursued reject them or don't even, or not even in their sphere or their atmosphere,
They,
they get
they want to
resentful and
catfight.
upset. Yeah,
They
they
have a
get resentful
catfight.
and upset. They want to talk about how what you're not and what you're not and how you're not that. I'm like, I'm not over here trying to compete with you. Like I was just like literally, I was just yesterday in a yoga class, right? And there were three of us no, four of us, four made me, four black girls in the class, and we were standing outside the studio just like talking, and we were because we were talking to like another woman. I could tell she was newer, and we're just like talking like, oh hey, where are you from, what's your background, and you could tell she had a dance background because of her like her body and her, and so we're just all just talking whatever, and then some guy walks past like, oh, so y'all not gonna speak? I'm like, excuse me, you're interrupting our conversation. Like, why does this have to include you? Like, I don't even know. Like, they're so entitled to like our time and attention. Like, we're not going to speak. What are you talking about? Like, you came over here to bother us, so we're not going to speak. Like, what?
It's gonna so weird. I don't know what this pandemic has done to us. But it legitly has done a number on the men because they are running to be women. So it's so strange when I see them speaking or I see them like have a little sassy attitude. I'm like, Sassiana, relax. Thank you so much, Shella. She says these checks are going to get played. These chicks are going to get played and get STDs and end up crying while listening to Jasmine Sullivan, last one and losing one out there dust pan lashes. It's ridiculous. I can't. I can't. Go ahead, Mocha Mami. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, but you're right. Like, what? You know what I mean? Like, I think it kind of started with like ASAP Rocky commenting on like the makeup and talking about how he wanted flowers. But now I'm like, wearing hairstyles like first grade girls. Yeah, ASAP Rocky has said that. He said he wants somebody to buy him flowers.
Wow, this is crazy.
I mean, and then it's like, you won't let me lead, you won't submit. Like, dude, you up in the mirror with using my Clinique. Like, get out of here.
I got more stuff in the bathroom than you do. Got a whole setup, and I'm telling you, when you go into these men's houses, look at that damn sink. If that sink is full and you can't even put a damn toothbrush on there because he has products, there's a problem there. He's probably
lie. Oh yeah, that's a lie because that struggle dread that I saw looked like it needed moisture. He didn't have enough product. They know.
I'm trying to find this picture that I really posted to this because I want it to be the background, because this is how I feel like these men are when it comes down to these types of situations. Mocha Mami, did you finish? I want to give you all the time you can, girl.
As far as like the unmoisturized hair, like, I gotta give it to my oldest daughter. She has the craziest like language, but she was saying like, why do the whole NBA look like they're on strike against Denman brushes and leave-in conditioner? Like, because how bad? She's like, they look like they're on strike. And because when you look at the hair, I'm like, oh my God. Even the biracial ones look like who did it and ran. Like, oh my God. Just looking a mess.
And it's like it's that's really a look though. That's the funny thing about it. It's like that's purposely done. So I guess they get the comb and they like tease their hair, and they're like, I'm just going out for this messy bummy look, and I just need to tease some more. They're probably like using the picks and then reversing it and bringing the naps back in, and then just fluffing it and spraying it down with some holding spray and just to go. And that's the look. They probably hairstyle that does hairstyle for it. I'm telling you.
But these were probably the same boys who was teasing the black girl at the back of the bus, whose hair came out of her beret or whose bangs didn't look right that day, right? Probably calling somebody BDB. This probably those same men.
Period. But I had a question because you know where I live, Aya, right? And there's this hairstyle. You heard about that Floridian hairstyle, the one with the Kodak black, that style?
Yeah.
They say women like that. I don't see no females with these sort of men with that hairstyle. I don't know.
You also don't see these men with jobs.
Yeah. Period. That's so true. And it's weird. I've been seeing, I've been looking at like people on live on prison, and like just to see like these men even in prison, like they need their hair cut properly. Like they be having like the certain type of like waves and like just so focused on their image when that's the wrong image you should be focused on. You should be focused on improving the men's image overall, and that's by bringing equity and finances and bringing land or whatever a man's currency is nowadays, because it seems like the new black man's currency is beauty, and it's not that beautiful.
I agree. But then you see other men, they're like, I don't know, like my husband and his friends, it's like, what kind of beer are you drinking? Or what kind of tools do you have? They're out here like having, I guess, like pissing contests of who got the best, impact wrench, or who got the biggest, V10 engine in their truck, or who drinks the most expensive, like Belgian import beer. And these dudes over here with their little glossy lips, like it's sad.
Very glossy. And Dancing Pearl, you're up next.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
I'll be nice, but
you don't gotta be nice tonight. This is Ratchet Live. We're finna be ratchet.
I'm gonna keep it as classy as possible. What I loved about that whole video is that these dudes are really going around saying they'll smash these girls, but they could be whole psychopaths. They could be unstable as hell, but they're willing to smash. The sexual irresponsibility that I'm seeing from these dudes and the feminine look. I have been around men who take very much pride in keeping themselves well groomed. Half of them don't look well groomed, and the other half look like they be sneaking their mama's Mary Kay.
Not the Mary Kay, not the Avon basket.
No, that's Mary Kay. I know the difference between Avon and Mary Kay. And that's the sensitive botanical. Let me shut up about that. Let me stop that. But the girls, I mean, I can't feel anything for them. I mean, look, they're getting what they're getting. If that's how they feel, that's how they feel. That mess is not that's not the life I'm about. That's not my preference in the first place. So yeah, I can clear my preference.
Thank you so much. I just kind of find it strange that these men feel the need to express what type of women or think that they have the ability to have access. But then I didn't watch the full video and I forgot that there's a worshiping culture that's very frustrating. Very annoying.
It's very annoying and it's desperate and it's like y'all really out here in 4K. They're doing this for the world to see. And they don't understand why the things that we deal with aren't taken seriously. This is why. And I'm going to say this with every bit with all due disrespect. These males love proving white supremacy right. They don't like being called overly sexual beasts but look at the behavior they're displaying.
And then they want to blame it on that's what pisses off is they want to blame it on everybody else. Please like this video, y'all. Want to blame it on the white man, want to blame it on the Little Nas X. Little Nas X hair is done. His hair is done. Okay. And he's doing his own thing over there. And this has been and don't talk about the little pumps who paints his nails and paints his nails and wears like what do you call those claws? The really sharp ones, and he's considered like supposed to be a straight man. Then you have Travis Scott with his little makeup that he wears all the time, sneaking in Rihanna's Fenty box, not sneaking in it, just busting it wide open. He probably gets a care package first before everybody else. That's how feminine some of these men are. With the first package.
And I'm going to be the first to say this. It's weird. These are the same dudes who talk mad crap about Asian men being effeminate. Some may right.
Got the dentist robbing in these streets.
Something's very wrong because supposedly Asian men are effeminate looking, but these same archetypes of men who are saying this are way more feminine than the feminine looking Asian men. Something is not adding up here. Something's not adding up.
Definitely, something's not adding up at all, and it's the men. And you know what? That's why I will always give backlash when it comes down to, she said they all gay, child. They wish they was gay, honey. They almost there though. They almost there. But they try. I forgot. Damn, I lost my train of thought. But it's just kind of like really annoying when it's everything else to blame in society on why you're not wearing. It's because you have a $3,000 choker on, right? A choker. Why do you have on a choker, sir? Do you want to be choked?
It's well, I mean, amongst the eyes of other people, it's concerning. But for me, it's like, see, this is not my type of tea, so I'm not super stressed about it. It's just interesting to see this happening in 4K, 1080p actually. This is very interesting to see, and then, like I said about the girls, that, well, I mean, life will learn them eventually. So.
Yeah, he want to be choked. They want to be spanked too. I'm telling you, these men are want to be whipped. They're gonna want a whole bunch of other stuff down, and that's why they probably get sexually frustrated and start spazzing out because they want you to do them. They don't want to be. They don't want to do you.
They're looking for their mommy doms.
Yes, they want you. They want you to choke them out. They want you to spoil them. I like what flowers? Travis Scott want flowers? I'm confused.
First of all, I knew this was going to go down as soon as he meant, excuse my language, he said, well, I want a woman to take me shopping. I want to be a bad bitch too. And I'm like, okay, my something in the back of my mind is telling me something is going to go down after this. And I was right. Like I said, my preference,
it,
my preference is
it's the
just not this.
femdemic. It's the femdemic.
Mm.
That's what it is. I think that's what it is. It's the pandemic. They want to be bad. These men want to be video vixens. I told y'all already before. Carolyn said these pygmies better wake up. Child. Do they really want to wake up though? They probably want to. They probably get mad because they want to be your girlfriend. They don't want to be your boyfriend, and you just don't understand. And they're like, "Why she keep trying to text me?" And I would just want to go shopping with her ass. Um,
And
I think it.
Sweeney mentioned that. She said, why do boyfriends want to be treated like girlfriends? I was just like, oh, here we go. Confirmation.
That's why she probably left where that's why she probably got into where Quavo, I'm telling you, it was a cat fight. Her and Quavo was like growl! Like he was like, girl, give me my purse. Quavo was like, give me my purse back now. Don't go in my purse. Why are you in my purse for? He didn't want
That's my purse. I don't know you.
get out of my purse. I'm not playing with you.
Oh, I'm going to hell, but that's okay.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you there. So, Amber, go ahead.
Thank you.
Hi, Ion. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing good.
Hey, yeah, I was mostly just listening. Someone really touched on the points that I had. I think the only other thing I would um, add is like what the men did were very predictable. It was predictable to me. I assumed, I pretty much knew that they were going to pass over the dark skin women. I knew that they were going to like sexualize and fetishize all of them, which it honestly is the point of the game itself. I think for me, though, it was just what is always shocking to see and like disheartening to see is just how much the black women and even some of them look Latinx as well. They just go along with it. They go along with it. So there's like this whole like thing where or belief that like Gen Z, because a lot of them seem very young, maybe they were young millennials as well, are going to like change the narrative and the trajectory of like black women and our plight in this country. And it's just videos like this, and there's so many like it, where it's just like, I don't know, it's depressing. I'm quite doubtful that that's going to happen. There's tons of videos of like people, like guys like interviewing men on their campus or like in their high school or something like that. Like these are young people who have just happily been indoctrinated with colorism, the colorist views, and they take pride in it. They're not even trying to like hide it. So like, whereas with the men, I'm not surprised. It's typical. With the women, it's one of those things where it's like, damn, like we have a long way to go. And whereas before I tried to like sympathize with these women and try to like identify with them, now I'm just kind of like, you get what you get. Like it's coming to you. You're gonna get what you get. And I don't know. I don't relate to them. I don't want to relate to them. I hate sometimes that we even have to share the same like archetype and phenotype. Because they're, to me, they're just as dangerous as the men are.
Oh, that was deep. That was deep. Thank you so much. Thank you for that scholarship. You brought that. Thank you, Amber. I Raven, how are you? Welcome to the show.
Hi, can you hear me?
Make sure you hide your purse around these men. They not stealing it to get the money out. They stealing it to wear it. They said, "Girl, that's a new. I love that purse." Go ahead, Raven.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so going off of what a few other ladies said about not even feeling bad for these women, I also used to sympathize and I no longer do. I know that they're all on social media. I know that they see all the horrible things that those dudes have said about us as black women that they selected. So at this point, it's like, well, you've had it coming. I mean, I no longer feel bad. And I think that at this point, we just need to do like every woman for herself. Like, build your own image. Don't even worry about it. Separate yourself as much as you can because I think that there are way too many of them at this point to even make a dent, honestly. And it's sad. But I think that's just how it is for right now. And I think that they're also right. Like, I'm not even sure if Gen Zs are really changing that much anymore because I started to realize, a lot of these like, social justice warrior types, they're simply black women. Should
Can you
really look upon.
can you speak up a bit?
Is this better?
Yeah, you sound better. Go ahead. Go ahead, Raven. I'm sorry.
Okay. A lot of these like Gen Z black girls, they're a lot of these social justice warriors are Gen Z black girls. And it's like they might be more open to like, dating out and whatnot, but they still have that mindset. And it's that mindset that needs to be broken. And every generation, because what's happening is I guess we fade out or whatever. And our children are not black. And so the black girls who are being born, they're being born with that mindset because their mothers are most often than not manly. So it's just this process that keeps repeating over and over again. And by the time we get to them, it's too late.
Yeah, like I'm starting to. It's like I really feel like it's like like the women who are making a difference, like change some women, and you can see the difference. And then once you like think you're good, it's like 85 million more of them. It's like damn, like it's just like I kind of get what you and I'm working hard on to try to like push as many women closer to the women who have been through these things before and are trying to make a difference. But it's becoming harder and harder every day because it's like you just keep revealing. They're like ants. Like you think you cleared up one, and then it's just like they keep coming back out. And then defending the men and trying to like just tear down everything that you built, and you have to go back to those first talking points, and it's kind of like a rebuilding thing. And some people really just don't want to do it. They just don't want to see a difference. They just are stuck on where they are, and they're fine with that. But it's just like, damn, girl, but can you at least like just not just worship these men? Like, please, just a little bit of code, just a little bit. And I know it's hard for y'all, but just keep doing it. I mean, it's gonna things are gonna change around. And like I said before, I know it's disappointing to see videos like this, but understand there's a caravan on the other side that is doing better to help improve Black women's image. So I appreciate you, Raven. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Ronnie Size, welcome to the show.
Hi, Ayan. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You sound great.
Okay, and so do you. I just discovered your channel, and I just want to say that I'm adding you to the list of content creators that I want to personally thank for doing the Lord's work out here. And I personally feel like potentially saving the lives of many, many women. As a Black woman myself, I can definitely realize it's getting real out here in a lot of pockets of this country, and it's a sad reality. It's shameful and disheartening to hear that Black femicide only got worse since the pandemic. That now it's a Black woman is killed once every 6 hours. And we can't even finish our own a work shift anymore. It used to be a little bit more time before the pandemic, but now it's gotten worse. And then the uptick of all those stories about women getting killed over stimulus checks, it's real out here. So I think that the content creators like yourself telling women to stop laying down on the tracks, and particularly for people who would never, for someone who would, or a collective that would never do it for you, you're only saving lives. So I just personally want to thank you for that. Um, I think that the disconnect between the Black female culture and the Black male culture is Black men as a collective don't mind putting their gender first, but many of them expect Black women to put our race first at the detriment of our femininity. That's why we're expected to be on the front lines. That's the reason why the depiction of the classic black protester is not a man. It's a dark-skinned black woman with an afro and her fist in the air. Does that sound familiar, Colin Kaepernick? Yeah, he pissed me right off with that one. But I think that this is not going to happen overnight, but keep doing what you're doing, because this is not something that'll happen overnight. I think it's something that'll have to be generational. The whole mammy thing is very alive and well in the boomer culture and in the boomer age range, and some of our parents espouse some of that rhetoric that we are now seeing as being toxic and problematic, and just anti-survival for a black woman. um, there are black women who swear by Scheherazade Ali, and I would never swear by a woman who would look at me and call me sister and then give me advice telling me to stay in a domestically abusive marriage because the person who's beating me up is a black man and I owe it to him. No, I don't owe you. I don't owe you anything. If you think that putting your hands on me again is a good idea, so screw Scheherazade Ali. She's a toxic mammy, and I have no problem schooling anybody who needs a quick refresher course. Are you familiar with her literature?
Oh Lord Jesus Christ! I cannot. It gives me, and you know what's so weird is that like she has that kind of teacher voice that almost makes you feel like that what she's saying is like dope, and it's just like maybe I am fucking up, or maybe I did do something wrong. So
Mm.
I kind of stay away from her. I can't watch her videos. I was gonna do a recap, but I'm scared that I might take some of those things and put it in my mind and brainwash me to be more misogynistic, and
Yeah.
horrible. Yeah.
Well, it's funny. It's super ironic that black men swear by her, but she is one of the strongest black female voices that emasculates them. But to them, they see it as giving them a quick out. But to anybody who's actually paying attention, who's cognizant, they're just like, wow, she's like taking all of your ability for sovereignty, for survival away from you. She's saying that you are a product of your circumstances. There's no getting better, but what she's telling, and there's no getting better for y'all. And so they think that that is a way for them to keep their dusty feet up and not have to do anything because, well, Scheherazade said that I can't rise above my circumstances. But at the same time, she tells black women, we need to submit to these men that you have just said ain't shit. So like, really? I'm like, that sounds like someone may have hurt her. I'm like, that's all I can, when I hear her talk like that, that's all I want to say. I'm like, Earl, who hurt you? What man should you be cussing out right now instead of giving other black women terrible advice? Like, you need to go and find him. And if you don't, I'll find him for you and I'll cuss him out myself on general principle. But I think that it's generational because we've been dealing with 400 years of this crap, 400 years. And we were all snatched from the motherland together. We were all beat together. We were all raped together. I know that the whole buck breaking subject is now a hot topic right now in these streets, but we all got subjugated. Oh, hello.
Yeah, go ahead. I can hear you. I just had to mute somebody. Everybody, if you just had to close the YouTube tab, um, when you join, go ahead.
Oh, okay. But I often wonder, like when I see just depictions of just black men treating black women just terribly or saying terrible things about us as a collective. I started, sometimes you've heard that phrase, follow the money, when it comes to crooks and, why they do what they do. You can also follow the history dating back to some toxic behavior that we see existing today. I often wonder, were black men in some ways desensitized to black female pain on the plantation, to the point where some of them knew that they couldn't do anything about it, so they either started to lean into it, and some of them actually enjoyed it, like those the drivers, the big tall, buck black men that they would put in charge of whipping the other slave, the drivers. They took pleasure in inflicting pain on other slaves, and they were a slave themselves. I often wonder if what we are seeing even in the 21st century, because that's how pervasive that quote unquote peculiar institution was, that there are still men who are carrying out that proliferation of Black female pain, because it's almost kind of like they have never risen above the ability to do anything else. Like they've become so indoctrinated in that behavior from, their favorite women's daddies, that they now don't know how to behave any other way. It's like it's so intrinsic to some of their nature, they're not even aware of it when they do it. My mom, she's got her bachelor's in psychology, so maybe that's her raising me and her effect on me by proxy. But I just often wondered about that. But it doesn't make me want to spend too much time around any of them. I'm just like, if you're still carrying out generational curses, let me get the hell away from you, as far away as possible, because I don't have any time for that nonsense. And to answer that other woman's question, the reason why so many NBA players' hair is so ratty these days is because they're not dating any women who can do their hair. That's the reason why.
Can I quickly just jump in with what you were just saying? Just really quickly though, it goes before the transatlantic slave trade though. Like there was the Arab slave trade before that, where Black men, African men were slaves, selling mostly Black women and girls into sexual slavery with Arabs. So it's very deep. Yeah.
I did hear about that with the Moors. So anytime a Black man wants to pride himself on calling himself a Moor, I'm like, have you really done any actual history or research on the men that you are ascribing yourself to? Because based on
Wait till I do the video about the child. When you hear about the Moors are still causing chaos today. This is why we had the issues with the Black Panthers. This is why we have issues with any movement, because a lot of those movements are hijacked by Moors' views, which lead back to being obsessed with white women.
Girl, let me tell you something. My mother actually was friends with some of the original Black Panthers, and she may have been from Long Island, but she knew a lot of NOI, and she knew a lot of Panthers in the New York area. And she will be the first one to tell you that the number one thing, the top two things that took down the party and essentially the movement was got men like Judas, who were turncoats, and the Rainbow Coalition. Shout out to Fred Hampton, because he was a real one, but she will be the first one to tell you that the feds knew what they were doing when they sent those young newborns into those offices saying, oh, we want to join, we want to help for the cause. And then they all turned right around and repeated everything that they heard to J. Edgar Hoover. They knew it. It's almost kind of like they had textbooks on how to study these men and how they think, because all that they did, okay, sure, they got a couple of Black dudes on their hook that said, you work for us or we're going to send you to jail. But they also had plenty of Beckys that they sent in there who were welcomed with open arms to pull a honeypot. And who didn't fall for the honeypot scheme? Black women. So, but they weren't the ones who were leading. They were a cog in a very necessary system, but they weren't the leaders. They were too busy fulfilling fantasies that they've had since junior high school, since Peggy sat in front of them in history class. Even Eldridge Cleaver himself said in his book Soul on Ice that he could not climax when he touched his girlfriend's kinky hair. So when you go behind the surface and you get past all the thrown pictures of Huey Newton, shout out to him, because he was a light-skinned brother who probably had more pride than a lot of the dark-skinned brothers around him, which is something that I actually find very often. Not to say that light-skinned brothers or mixed brothers don't have their qualms, but I'm sorry, some of them will rock harder for Black females and protecting Black women than some of their dark-skinned counterparts. So.
You said a word. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You're always welcome to come back. And you can stay up now. I'm just excited. You got me so excited. Thank you, Ronnie. Are you new to the show?
I am, but I will be a returning listener. So no, thank you for your presence.
Of course. Thank you. And thank you for your support. I appreciate you. Melted Dark Chocolate, you too. Hi. How are you, Melted Dark Chocolate?
Hey, how you guys doing?
I'm doing good.
So, the video, I just want to say, I hope I'm not off topic because the way you guys were talking was about something else. But I have to say that I'm very embarrassed of the video that just happened right now, and I have to question. Well, not really question, but I'm kind of ashamed that there was a lot of black girls in that videos. It is for me. We're like in this era where we're like complaining. Oh, I'm hearing feedback.
Is that me? I'll mute my mic. I'm so
Sorry.
sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, so like we're in this where we already oh yeah, but where we already have exposed colorism and hate, insults, hatred comments from black men, and yet we still have black women there that are entertaining it. And I just don't understand at this point. It's like, if you guys can see the problem, why even playing around with it? Like, I'm more pissed off that some of these girls, when the whole time when the guys were like saying, "Oh, I'll smash you," and yeah, I'll give you a hit or something. It's like they're smiling, and giggling, and it's like, what are you guys getting excited about? Like, why are you like laughing? It's not even a compliment because they're just saying that they're just gonna pump and dump you. That's not something to giggle at. It's like you could just see in their face that they're very happy that these guys say that they want to have sex with them, and it's like that's it. That's all they're gonna do to you. And a lot of these guys were not even cute too, but it seemed like just like you said, it just the basic stuff when it comes to them just enhancing the appearance. That's enough to make the black girls validate them. But it's like they're a bunch of misogynistic, sexist losers who think they can just shame and bash a woman by skin tone or just by their stupid preference to say if that's what value them, and it's like it's so stupid, insulting to me. But you know what, we can't really save those type of women because those women are lost causes to me. So with them, it makes me happy that they're giving us time for us divested women to at least work on ourselves and find the men that we want to seek for. So I applaud them for doing that for us. But it's still embarrassing that they still will put themselves on camera and let themselves get disrespected by some typical dusty bum nigga. I just have to say that.
Yeah, and I just want to say this: you shouldn't be ashamed at all because that's not you, right? And it never will be you. And it's okay
Oh
to
no.
it's
Oh,
okay.
sorry.
Yeah, it's okay
I
to separate yourself from all of that. Uh,
it's just for me as a dark skin. When I see that dark skinned woman being insulted by another dark skinned man, and then she turn around when she meet up with that same dark skinned guy, and then asks him if he can change his opinions about dark skinned women. It's like, girl, what are you doing? Like this guy's the same skin tone as you, and he disrespected you, and yet for some reason you're still dependent on his comment into you feeling the validation. Validated. It's like it's just embarrassing because it just shows that us dark skinned women are still desperate for I guess to be seen as, how can I say it, like, I guess still attractive to black men. It's like, no, just leave it alone because there's men outside of our circle who can like who are pretty okay with our skin tone. If he's not okay with it, then just leave it alone. Don't even try to ask him if he can change it. That's embarrassing.
yeah, thank you for sharing that. But you listen. That's not y'all. That's a different type of woman. Um, and you will never be around those type of men, so you will never have those types of issues. So you're going to be good. And thank you so much for sharing and coming up. I love everything that you said. But don't lump yourself up with them because those are different types of women. Okay, those are the lost cause. You're going to be the woman to change the future. So keep on that right path.
Okay.
You can stay on melted dark chocolate. Go ahead, Leah.
Hey, how are you guys tonight?
Hi, Leah. I'm sorry I kept muting you. It kept being like I think you were driving or something.
I was no, and I meant to say sorry because I didn't know that was you. I was like, why does my phone keep doing that? So sorry about that. I pretty much missed the entire thing. I came in when I really didn't know what you guys were talking about. So I just, I know that it's another dark skinned girl thing being desperate. Um, Me as a brown skin girl, and I know people get sick and tired of hearing brown skin, but honestly, that's our skin color. It just is what it is. We're basically caramel girls. We're not lighter skin and we're not more deeper tone, but that's what we are. And me as a brown skin girl, I am sick and tired, so sick and tired of my chocolate sisters doing this shit to themselves. It irks the motherfuck out of my motherfucking ass. And I'm gonna tell you the truth right now. I'm one of those black chicks where I look black, but colorist black men who it is you don't want one of them. I feel like people are trying to fight for their attention. You don't want that. Be happy that they don't want you. But they say things to me like, do you have something in you? Now, when you look at me, to me, I look like a certified black girl. But I believe because I'm pretty, they want to know if I have something in me. I have kinky, coily hair, baby. But this is how they are. If you're beautiful, that means you got something in you. But I'm a brown skin caramel girl. So pretty much I don't get the bullshit that they give to other women. Brown skin girls, we usually don't. We're not on a pedestal and we're not put at the bottom either. We're neither or. So we sit back and we watch the shit. And I'm so sick and tired from a brown skin girl with chocolate sisters of seeing y'all do this bullshit. And some of y'all are listening to this video and you're not divested like the rest of us. Some of y'all are listening, stop the fuck doing that. You are asking, first of all, and then you say they leaving us for white women's. What the fuck are they taking from us? The baby mama virus? No money? No economy? No self-esteem? They're not taking anything. Let those motherfuckers leave. They do this stuff so that they have to make women feel low in order to have access to women. Why do you think they dog you out the way that they do? They know that you're out of their league. So they need to make a competition. Colorism is reinvented by black men. It's not the colorism from in the slavery days. It's a new colorism. It's getting people fighting so that they'll have access to everybody. Make everybody feel like it's a privilege to get a bum's attention. Stop doing that shit. And yeah, I'm a brown skin girl and I got hazel motherfucking eyes, but I look like a certified black chick. You're not gonna look at me and say I'm mixed. Only colorist dudes ask me that because they think I'm cute. But I'm sick and tired of this shit. Another thing is there needs to be a movement started because I'm to the point where I don't think that dark-skinned women should be calling themselves dark-skinned, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because back in the day, the word bitch simply meant female dog. Now somebody call you a bitch, that means you're a female that is lower than low. At one point, and this isn't a negative word, but I'm just saying in general, being called gay meant happy. And now it's a part of the LGBT community. So that's just another example how terms change depending on how words change depending on how people use them. And it's kind of like how when you say the word white, you think of all the positive things, and when you say the word black, you think of a lot of evil things. I'm to the point where I don't even think it's healthy for dark-skinned women to even call themselves dark-skinned women. I'm to the point where I say deeper brown girls, or I'll try to say chocolate girls. Sometimes I will say dark skin because I hear it so freaking much, and on this conversation I'll say it. But black men, nigger monkeys, have added so many negative connotations to dark skin, that term in front of the word women, that I don't even think it's healthy that y'all even refer to yourselves as that. Because honestly, they have taken that word and this isn't even a word, but demonicized it,
Ooh.
made it so demonic that it's not even attractive being said about a woman. I'm looking at your color and your color's gorgeous. I'm looking at your color and your color's feminine. I'm looking at your color and your color's smooth. I'm looking at your color's unique. I'm looking at your color and your color is original. The color that everybody on this earth wish they could have. But when I hear the word dark skin, I'm thinking of everything negative because they have tied everything negative to the term dark skin when it's connected to women. I don't even think y'all should be called dark skinned women anymore. And I think that light skinned women shit should be fucking crossed out. We need new words when we're talking about our light skinned sisters, and we need new words when we talk about our darker skinned sisters, because they got too much positivity to one and too much negativity to one. And it's all a bunch of bullshit. So I didn't know what y'all were talking about, but I didn't even have to hear it. But I'm saying this as a brown skinned girl, I'm fed up with it. They are nobody's. Who the fuck are they? Why the hell would I want your nasty welfare penis inside of me? And I see that as a privilege. Oh, but you gotta love sisters too. I've heard females say that. Whenever black dudes get in a table or get in a room and they know African descent girls are in the room, they say that they talk about their preferences on purpose to get a reaction out of you. So why the hell would you try to give them what they want and say, now sisters are nice too, now sisters are cute too, now not all sisters are like that? You don't come with the word of convincing. You come back with it, well, you know what? I also date outside my race. I believe love is love too. I don't give a fuck if you got to bring up some white dude you dated 5 years ago. You got to let it be known that you're not my only option, sweetie. That because they this close to not even really, for most of us, they're not even an option anymore. Their lifeline is running thin and they know it. So I just want to tell you guys, you're the freaking prize, but you don't know it. It all starts in your mind. If you knew that this is a fucking naker who needed you to think low about yourself so that you would feel like you need to reach up to get him, if you only knew how beneath you he is. Honey, I don't care if you from the hood. I don't care if you from the suburbs. I don't care if you a black girl that was born in a trailer. You need to understand, sweetheart, that you are the prize. Go get your hair and makeup done and go to a prestigious restaurant during lunchtime. And I want you to see how many rich white men's attention you get. You don't even, or Asian men or Latina men. There's so many men out there that find black women attractive, but black women have listened to these clowns with no self-esteem and nothing to stand on. They don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. Been listening to these clowns telling them who they were, and they slowly believed it. I know you guys heard, and I'm not going to go too much longer, but I do have to say this. I know you guys have heard of the 2 glasses of water, where they basically did research, and you can look it up. I'm not a scientist, so I'm going to sound really silly when I say this, but please try to follow me. They took a glass of water and 2 glasses of water, and it was nothing special added to this water. One glass, they spoke positive things to it for, I think it was like, I don't know if it was 2 weeks or 30 days or whatever. The other glass of water, they spoke negative things to it. You're stupid, you're ugly, you're blah, blah, blah. Do you know that the other glass of water, I think it like evaporated faster, or it turned into murky water or something. This is a documented
I saw that.
yeah. So I just want you to know that because you are believing what they're telling you, you are slowly killing yourself. And like I said, I don't care if you're from the hood. I don't care if you a hood chick. Sweetheart, if you're a black woman, that means you're the best looking women on earth, and they know this. And scientifically, you have the tightest vaginas out of all the race of women, including Asians. You have nothing to prove to nobody. Girl, you better go and not go where you celebrated. You celebrated all over the world. You just better get away from these nakers, because they ain't about shit. And that's how low they are, where they have to make women feel like shit in order to have access to them. So I'm done with this dark skin term. I'm done with the light skin term. I really think that my chocolate sisters really need to think of a new term to attach it to their name, because over the years, it's nothing but negativity attached to it. And you think bad things when you hear dark skinned women, even when you don't think that way. So I really feel like there needs to be a movement to change the dark, deeper tone girls, chocolate girls, browner girls, however you want to do it, anything but dark skin, because they didn't put so much negative shit towards it that people think negative when they hear it. And stop trying to get approval from these stupid ass. I don't give a damn if he got money. He probably got 5 baby mamas. Stop trying to reach for them. These niggas are beneath you. And that's all I have to say. And I'm so sorry I got on here and acted a fool, but I'm fed up, and that's how I feel.
No.
Period.
Please,
Okay.
is there a collection plate? Because we need to go ahead, because she's
No.
preaching.
Yes.
Please.
Leah, I miss you being on my channel, child.
I
And it
miss
went on
you
for a
too.
little bit, but you definitely went off. I'm gonna have to use this snippet and put it on my other channel, because this was beautiful, and a
Go
lot
up.
of women need to hear this, because it gets me, and that's why I put this, that it's important for dark skinned women to make sure that they're participating in interracial dating and divesting too, because these men are targeting them and just trying to put them back in their place, the place that they never should be in, which
And
is going to help everybody.
can I quickly just
Yes.
add with Leah, what you said was so beautiful, and what you're touching on is the power of words. When to take back a word and when to just completely do away with it. I saw that movie that you're talking about. They had 2 cups of water. One, it was just like negative, ill, low vibration words attached to it, and the other one was like beautiful, uplifting words. A Japanese scientist used some special camera to take pictures of both cups. The one that was negative was murky. It was brown, like super brown. It was dark. It was distorted. The other one was almost like angelic. It was like crystallized, almost looked like a beautiful snowflake. Words have power. And
Yes.
so we should think twice before we can maybe think twice about holding on to some of these words as a way to uplift each other when it's been used to destroy us for so long. So
Yes.
beautifully said. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Very much. And like I always what I love what Leah said, that find other terminologies that have more of a positive connotation. I love learning about other cultures. So any culture that has a word referring to chocolate or pretty much just chocolate, because pretty much like I'm pretty much the same skin complexion as oh God, what is her name? She played in Mary Jane, being Mary Jane. I can't believe I forgot her name.
I think I know who
Gabby
you're talking
Union?
about.
Gabby Union?
Uh, yes, I'm the same skin complexion as her. I often refer to myself as Choco Pie or Choco, like chocolate,
Oh.
because it's the name of a Korean dessert or a Korean snack.
Mm-hmm. That's
So
cute.
like, and find it in just if it's another language, I would use that and refer to myself as that, because I'm not, like I said, I'm on the more browner part of the spectrum, but I'm darker compared to those in my family.
Mm-hmm.
So like make up any, if you have to call yourself dark chocolatey, Hershey, Milky Way, Three Musketeers,
Mm-hmm.
you just speak beautiful words onto your
A
complexion.
Snicker
Because
bar?
exact Snickers, Payday,
Mm-hmm. Percy's.
look,
What else?
Hershey,
Bonbon.
right, Ferretto,
Reese's? Reese's Puff?
any anything you find delicious, attach it to it.
Yeah.
Just attach it to it. Sometimes I refer my a family member. She's jokingly refers to me as a pocky girl, because it's just basically a chocolate covered uh, biscuit.
That's cute. Or mocha.
It's funny, but just you have to speak it to mainly speak it to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that some women don't like being called chocolate, but it's the most valuable resource in the world.
Instead of dark
People love
skin.
chocolate, right?
Like, what are you,
But
the
why
dark
not?
knight? Like, what? Come on now. Like, seriously.
Right? I mean, it's first of all, you're being compared to the most loved dessert in the world,
Right.
the most loved, and it's in different
Exactly.
varieties. There's German chocolate, then there's milk chocolate, and then there. Come up with it. Anything. Make up anything. Make it sound cute. Like I said, I get called Choco Pie and Pocky Princess and Pocky Girl. It's just you have to.
There definitely needs to be a movement behind it. We definitely need to
Yes,
pick one word for our, our chocolate sisters. And we need to
exactly,
go ahead and spread it on social media so that every single chocolate girl gets on code with their new and improved name. We're not going to keep doing this dark skin, light skin stuff.
exactly,
That's making it's like an angel versus a demon. I don't like that. I never have liked it.
exactly.
Wow,
Mm-mm.
that was beautiful. Thank y'all so
Even
much.
even even the hair classifications are changing slowly. Instead of for my hair like kinky
Yeah.
coily, it's being considered type A hair now.
Yeah, the
We
one
can
that was here
we
on Twitter.
Yep, through I follow the woman who and I follow that Twitter page who started it. And we have to keep it going.
Yeah, and it
Mhm.
makes more sense to say that our hair is type A since our hair is very unique and it comes in many different coils.
Right.
Unlike your other straight hairs, they're all the same. Just saying.
And it's original. I mean, if you have kinky coily hair, your family connection to Africa is pretty close.
Which is a beautiful
It's
thing.
very close, which is amazing because I mean, and I have that same hair texture. My hair grow. I mean, our hair naturally grows to the sky first.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
It
That
doesn't. It
makes
doesn't. It doesn't touch our shoulders yet.
Mm-mm.
And
it
even
does.
if it gets lower to our shoulders, it still goes up.
We can wear it straight. We can wear it in a afro. We can even wear it in a
Exactly.
loose afro, y'all. We can wear it in a body wave. Anything that we want to do, we really can like do it with our hair. We have the only hair on earth like that.
Exactly, and yet our hair is not embraced. It's discouraged. That makes no. And this is why I hate the black community. No, not the women, just the men and the men's. Because it makes no sense how we are the only ones with unique features. We are the only ones with the most beautiful bodies. I say the most cute accents, everything else, and yet we're the one that are disrespected. At this point,
I,
fuck them. Fuck all of
I
them.
can't even say men or women. It's the culture. Like, and honestly, the culture makes me sick. It makes, excuse my language. It makes my ass and my soul itch.
But who's in, like, let's keep it real though. In every single race, let's keep it all the way real. The men much supposed to be
The
like
men cre
they're
the
supposed
men created.
yeah, they're the leaders of the race. We have the worst leaders in the fucking world over our race to the point where we have to step up and take their place. Our leaders are fucked up. That's why their daughters feel ugly. Every race of men on earth, their daughters feel beautiful. Why the hell is it that y'all the only race where your daughters feel ugly?
Yes.
It's like they fucked up. It's the culture that they created. Blackistan is made by and for nakers.
Exactly. I mean, what was that thing that was happening in Africa where they mutilated the female's clitoris and they also
Um,
shave off their hairs? Like,
female genital mutilation.
oh yes, that. They do that just so other men won't I guess come to them. They just shave off their hair. They try to make them
But
ugly.
that's so weird
Oh,
because there's only African men in Africa. Who was coming? Like who were they waiting
That's
for
what
to
I'm
come?
saying.
Like who would it
Oh,
can I say something? Oh, sorry, y'all.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Sorry, y'all. So I came late. I do apologize, and I'm just like doing homework as I'm listening as well. But just to say, good night, everyone. To the mutilation, there's actually like a movie that talks about like why they do it, but it was pretty much so that women wouldn't get any pleasure from having sex, and it would just be for the man to please himself. Um, so that's why they did it, and it actually still goes on in a lot of parts today in like the world. But I just kind of wanted to like interject just to kind of say like my experience I wanted to share just to let my fellow like chocolate sisters know that we are really celebrated and appreciated and loved in other communities. Like I was very mammy-ish a few years ago about black men and everything like that, and just based on my interactions and experiences with them, I saw that there was really no love being reciprocated. But actually 2 days ago I was in my area and I was actually getting a lot of attention from white people, from Asian men, from there was a Latino man. So I just wanted to say that to those who are still on the fence or feel like they're not going to be embraced anywhere else, please let go of those toxic like ideologies. Get yourself in some counseling if you can afford it. I'm in counseling myself. It's been a lifesaver. But I just want you all to know that we are appreciated and we are celebrated, and we are the most beautiful women on the world. I mean, I'm just going to say it. So I just want to share that, and I'm really enjoying listening to the open dialogue that we're having here.
Wow, thank you so much for sharing that. I appreciate you, Indigo. I think it was AP. That's next. Go ahead, AP.
Hey,
AP.
Aya. Hi.
Hi,
Hey, Aya.
AP.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going great.
This is the first time I've actually came up on your panel. I just wanted to say hello to everyone. I'm a long-time listener. I was with you from the very beginning. And I just wanted to say that I don't know if these numbers are right, but there are 2 million more Black women than there are men. And if that number is still correct, we only need 2 million. That's all we need to even out the numbers. I mean, I saw the video and those girls were giggling. They were having a good time. They're not ready. Leave them, let them do what they're doing. This divestment movement is going to happen in waves. Let those girls giggle and think that all of that stuff is funny. And then when they see their cousin and their, sister and their aunt living their best lives being divested, eventually they will come around. But Right now at this point, it would be kicking and screaming. And they're not ready. And even if they did get a good man, they wouldn't treat him right because they're not ready. They're still used to the bum mentality. That, it's like if a person who doesn't know how to manage money wins the lottery in a year, he's going to be broke. You know, let those people do what they have to do. We only need 2 million. It's a win-win for everybody. We don't have to fight because the Dustianas, they're going to have a man all to themselves, and then we could be living our best lives. Let them do what they do. We already know that they don't appreciate us, and there are men of other races that are chomping at the bit saying, what is wrong with those black women? Why do they want them? You know, all this stuff about dark skin, if you knew how many people thought that your skin was beautiful and unique and lovely, this is only black people saying this. This is not other people of other races think that your skin is beautiful. All these women are buying all these sun tanners. They're trying to get a tan. They're trying to look like you. Just, stop. You're feeding energy into bums. They're bums.
Roaches.
They're bums. Those guys, good. If those girls were giggling and they thought that that was cute and they thought that it was funny, okay, then let them do that and let them keep those guys occupied. And we could be singing our blessings and we could be moving in silence and going to the men that want us. It's not as, just let go. Just let go and just let it flow. Let go and let it flow. We've talked long enough. They know what we want. They're not going to do it.
Period.
They're not going to. This analogy is a New York analogy because I'm originally from New York. There was a boy. His mother told him to go take the dog out, walk the dog. He didn't want to do it. He didn't want to be bothered with the dog. He wanted to play with his friends. So he tied the dog up to the fence while he was playing basketball with his friends. The dog was jumping up and down because he wanted the boy's attention. And in all the ruckus, the dog looked at the fence and he set himself free. And the dog said, well, wait a minute. I'm free. I can do whatever I want. I don't have to. The world is my oyster. I'm free. And that's the same thing with these black women. You're free. You don't have to be begging and caring about what garbage wants. When you throw your garbage away, do you care what happens to it? Let them go. Those girls was loving all that attention. Then that's where they are right now. Some people have to see it. It's like Noah's Ark. When he kept trying to tell people the rain was coming, nobody listened. And then when the boat was leaving, then they're like, oh, okay, the boat is leaving. That's what's going to happen to some people. Let them go. Just leave in silence. Just keep, don't say nothing. And eventually these Dustianas, when they get tired of getting cracked in the head and they get tired of being broke and poor and they see everybody doing well and living their best lives, they will come around. But we only need 2 million just to open up, just to level the playing field. Right now, the playing field is not level. The odds are against us and therefore the men. And the men know it, and that's why they're being arrogant. When these men start seeing that the best and the brightest have gone, and that all they got is, Thelma Lou that weighs 500 pounds and Big Mama, after a while, they're going to say, what happened? But just do it to where they just look around and it's too late. Everybody's already gone. Just leave in silence. All we need is 2 million. That'll be that could be the goal. The first wave is that 2 million and even up the numbers. These men don't care about racial pride. They don't care about building a legacy. They don't care about preserving the race. They keep talking about, their member and everything. You know what? I bet you the dinosaurs had big ones too. But are they alive? No, because they didn't evolve and because they didn't assimilate and because they didn't change. They want to die off like the dinosaurs. We can't keep carrying this load by ourselves, preserving the race. We can't do it by ourselves. These men don't want to preserve the race. They don't want to. We can't do it by ourselves. So, just relax and go where you're celebrated. You know, I heard a story. This is gonna. I don't want to take up a lot of time, but I heard a story about a white man that went to Africa and he saw these little African boys playing with some marbles. And he said, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" And they said, "Oh, we're playing this game with the marbles." And he said to them, "Hey, I'll trade you some candy for those marbles." And the boys were happy. They ate the candy. Well, those marbles were uncut diamonds. And that's what black men are doing. They have diamonds, but there's so many diamonds around them, they don't see them. They look like rocks. We're rocks to them. And the white man shows up and goes, "Look at all these diamond mines. What are these people doing?" And even the Chinese people that are colonizing Africa are saying to the men, "What are y'all doing? How come you haven't done nothing?" You know, we can't save, save yourself. We've already tried to speak life into them. It's not working. Just stop trying to breathe life into them. Stop trying to motivate them. When the best and the brightest are gone and their numbers start dwindling, then maybe they'll wake up. Or maybe they'll die off like the dinosaurs. But we can't do everything by ourselves. It's not going to work if both parties are not cooperating. They obviously don't want to cooperate. They're like a kid in the candy store. There's way more of us than it is of them, and the numbers are against us. Divest. Move in silence. If they know that you're trying to move, they're going to do things to try to mess you up. Don't tell them. Just be gone. Just let them look around one day and everybody's gone, except for Big Mama. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, ladies, just relax. There are men out there that love us. They love our hair. They love our skin. They love how frank and honest we are and how down to earth we are. They love us. Stop pouring water into a sieve. These men, they have spoken. Stop getting triggered by TikTok videos and let them go. There's enough silly broads out there that like them. Let those women occupy them while we get the hell up on out of here. That's pretty much it.
Ooh, you said a word. You said a word. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and thank you for supporting me since the beginning. I really appreciate you and love you for that. Wow, clips tonight. This is a good show. You see everybody coming out.
And one,
a lot of scholarship. Sorry.
but really quick, remember when you always keep this in mind. I don't really get too triggered by this stuff. I always say this stuff is hilarious when they do this in public because everyone can see it. Everyone can see it. And it's getting to the point where non-black men are starting to speak up because one, they're tired of seeing it, and two, they're tired of being dragged into it at some point. That video with the videos with Miss Cynthia, Miss
Oh
G
my
did.
God. That was just
That's
epic.
that's just the beginning. There
The
have been
Brian
two men
video,
who
these men
and
have
then there
been
was
biting their tongue. They have been
oh
wanting to
yes,
say this.
they
They
are tired.
have been wanting to say it, but they did not want to appear to be racist. And now they have been chomping at the bit, waiting for black women to wake up so that they can ask them out and so that they can get with them. They have been wanting to say this for a long time.
And it's like I said, it's just the beginning. And
This
these
is
men
the
are
tip of the
getting
iceberg.
they're calling these dudes out. So I don't get mad when people like Monsieur Kitty. Yes,
Yeah.
I'll call him that. When Monsieur Kitty puts his little content out, because every other group of men see this, and these non-black men are speaking up, and they're like, "Oh no, we're not doing this." And as much as these same men, these same males that we unfortunately are stuck with, bring up non-black men. These non-black men are going to speak. White men are speaking up first because for some reason they bring white men up so much to where,
They keep their
well,
name
shoot.
in it now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
and I say it like this: as much as they bring white men up, they need to be paying white men reparations for this.
check this out.
They might.
Real men love a nice little sweet damsel in distress. And thanks to the Nakers, they made us damsels in distress
Yeah.
all over the world. So I hope they have a good time with all the real men attacking them now to take up for the little girls who they have abused and berated and treated like crap for years. So yeah,
Because they're tired of it, and they're tired of seeing collectively black women struggle. I've heard many times where non-black men, they don't really get upset with black women when black women go off on them, because they just know, like,
we're women.
look, you're tired, you're sick of the men you're dealing with, and it's just a lot on you, so you know what, I'm gonna let you get your steam out.
Okay, like I said, black girls, hey, put on your cute little pretty Gone with the Wind dresses and be the perfect little damsels in distresses that we actually are, so that all the zaddies will come and save us from the dirty monkey nakers.
Yes.
Yeah, it's and it even and you don't just just have it, you don't even have to dress it, just have the energy, because Lord knows how many times that I have been pretty much rescued and just kept the most unsavory people away from me because non-black men interfered, and tragically the ones who have caused me any type of distress were just tragically other black men. I don't know how many times there are Arab men who own 5 businesses on my street. Five. One man and his 4 sons. I've been harassed, and they have all that they that I don't know how many times they've called the police on these people, on these unsavory men. But they have. I've been harassed. I could always go into their stores and tell them I need help.
And they the hero complex takes over, and these men are glad to help you. They are glad to help you, and just have that little sad puppy dog eyes, like I'm afraid, and look at them and lean into them, and
Mhm.
they'll be tiny. It'll be a tiny guy that's like a toothpick, like a stick figure, and he'll just be ready to fight for you because you're letting him. Like before, when we were being quiet and we wasn't telling about the stuff that was happening to us, they thought that we liked it. They kept saying, well, I don't know. They keep staying with them. But now that we're saying he's bothering me, now these guys are emboldened, and they're like, okay, well, she's a damsel in distress, and then that masculine is gonna kick in, and then you can
Yep.
fall back.
And it's natural to them. It's natural. It is absolutely natural. If you can appeal to their natural instinct, it
Mhm.
will all be fine.
I wanted
Yep.
to add to that, and I'm so sorry.
Well, go ahead.
That is very true. I've known that from experience that men of other races do have like a natural instinct to protect. I was talking to a girl one time, and yeah, she looks biracial, but she's not, so you can understand her phenotype. And she's just flat out mammy. And she was just like, well, I don't think that I could actually, and I'm not the type of person where I would ever tell somebody you need to date somebody outside your race. This is what I'm doing. But well, I am saying it. Date out black women, but I wasn't like putting pressure on her. So we were just talking about it. We were just talking about it in general, and I was like, "Well, I'm going to tell you this: if you ever date a white man, do not, or a man of another race. I'm saying white because I've dealt with a Mexican but mainly white dudes. I said, do not bring no BS to them unless you really want something done. Because as soon as you go to them and you say somebody's bothering you or somebody's doing something to you, they're going to take action, whether they
Yep.
write a whether yeah
Yes.
whether they write a letter to the company, whether they come up there and talk to the guy. It's just something that's instilled in them to where they have a natural instinct to protect. So I told her, I said, if you ever did date a white guy, Don't come to them and complain to them about something if you're not ready for them to take action on that person, and you'll feel bad or something, because he's going to start writing the letter to the company and get it taken care of. So don't come to them unless you want to. And then what she said was, she pulled out her cape. We're not even discussing black dudes. She said, well, and they're the reason why black dudes are weak. They don't realize it. And she was like, well, they took everything from black dudes, and that's why black dudes don't have that instinct to protect anymore, because they stripped them of everything that they were, so they lost that instinct.
Lost
I'm
cause.
literally not even talking about black dudes. I'm just saying, if you ever dated a white guy, don't come to him with no BS unless you're ready for him to do something. He's going to jump up and protect you. And all
They
you
will
do,
handle it.
they will. And all you do is bring up black dudes and say that it's his fault that he's weak and doesn't protect me. So y'all, this is
But men of other races have been through something similar. The Irish have been through something similar.
mm-hmm.
I mean, there's an entire history of other cultures, men being beat down, but still be able to come back. Oh, but you know what? That
Black men
American
fight
Another
just
thing,
education,
as
you
American
know Serena
American
Williams.
education.
You know
Oh
Serena,
yes,
that guy that she married. Now
Mr. Ohanian.
I follow Serena Williams because I used to play tennis, and before she married him, there was posts going on that her and her sister were boys, and that they're
Oh,
cheating, and that and I'm not saying this to be malicious because I love Serena. I no shade, I love her. They were saying that her and her sister are boys, and that they're cheating tennis, and that it's boys playing against girls, and that it's not fair that they're winning.
oh, they've
Then
been saying that
they
for a long
she
time
had
about them.
all kind
Yeah.
of stuff, right? She married that guy. That guy was in media. All of a sudden, all them videos disappeared.
Yep.
So you can't tell me that he didn't have a hand in protecting his woman and buying
Protecting
off
her
the people
image.
that had those videos
Mhm.
that and threatened to sue them or put a gag order. You can't tell me that he didn't have a hand in that because he owned a media company. So he knows how it works behind the scenes. You
Yep.
can't
Mhm.
tell me that he didn't
And
have a hand in that. If a
Yeah.
white
and
guy is on
yeah,
your side and you're his woman, he will fight through. He'll move a mountain for you.
I
hmm
think
and yeah, they have. I'm sorry, they have been saying that about Serena for her Venus and
Yeah,
Serena for years. Because I look up to Serena. I so to speak, she's my Wonder Woman.
yeah,
I have been she's the one black woman that I have nothing but absolute respect for, and they've been saying it to her for years, and it hits
yeah.
home for me too when
It's
they
the
say
same thing
things
with
like that.
Sierra.
I
Oh my
so I think
God,
I
I'm
think it
sorry.
was yeah, that's okay. MG and then importer Coco. Go ahead, MG.
Hi, how are you?
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. How you been?
I've been good. How you been?
Good, good. I've been good. God is
Oh,
good. I
this is
can't complain.
MG.
Yes, I haven't.
It's
I
a
have not
special
been here in
show
a
tonight. Y'all
while.
all where have y'all all been or where have I been? Where have we been? Go ahead. I
Happy,
got all the
happy to be
special
back.
guests who've been there from the beginning. It's
Yes,
the
yes, yes,
OGs.
yes. We're still holding it down. We're still here. We're still here. Love and light to everybody. Really quick, I just kind of wanted to say that quality people are always going to be in demand. And that's from a global perspective, right? Like some of the dopest people that have changed the world are not people that we recognize because of the shades of their skin or the languages that they spoke or any of those things. They're just dope ass people. You know what I mean? Like Naomi Campbell is what, dark skin, but nobody knows her as dark skin. They know her as freaking Naomi Campbell. Same thing with Oprah or Michelle Obama or, you know what I mean, female politicians, female Olympians. It's like it's so many dope people in this world collectively. And quality people will always be in high demand. And so the further you get in your journey, like I see divestment as a concept as just getting more in tune with yourself and leveling up and evolving and growing as a person spiritually, mentally, emotionally, financially, physically. If you're leveling up in all categories, you will come to see that certain people are toxic and they have mental issues and other issues that they themselves need to work on, but it won't be anything that you yourself internalize. It's almost like coming from a dysfunctional and toxic family dynamic. Some people have overcome some really crazy odds to become these beautiful people that they grow into. And it isn't always a crystal stair, it isn't always a beautiful journey, but it is a journey. And if you're willing to invest the work in yourself and divest from toxic things, you will see. You'll surround yourself with other like-minded people. I am trying to grow in all areas and facets of my life. It has nothing to do with me being a black woman or a woman of color or Latinx or whatever else. It has everything to do with my mind, my value system, my consciousness, my education, my real estate certifications, what school I went to, who I choose to hang around, what I want to wear. Like it has so much more to do with the overall value of who a person is wholeheartedly. And you have to just disconnect yourself from anything that's not going to feed into the person that you're trying to be. It's like, dude, y'all sitting around playing a stupid game of Smash Pass. Like, bruh, people are trying to fix their credit. People are trying to lose weight. People are going back to school. People are trying to get their passport stamped. People are trying to, discover new technology and STEM and medicine and science and all types of other dope, amazing things. And so if your frequency and vibration is that low, you're not even worth somebody's time and attention or even worth having an opinion on. And that's what I want more women, young women, and people in general to understand. Like you'll get to the point in your journey where you'll be so high frequency and so high vibration and growing into the person that God is calling you to be that you won't even see or hear any of this negative energy that's around you. So I just wanted to say that. Make sure that you invest in feeding into yourself as much as possible on a day to day. Pray, meditate, work out, find a mentor, find a support group of other dope people that you can learn things from, and just keep it pushing. Like eventually, these types of people won't even be a thought because, again, quality people are attracted to other quality people. And these people that are doing smash or pass are not in the same rooms that the quality people are in, period.
That'll work. Thank you so much. And Porter Coco, and then we're gonna do Gwen. Welcome in Porter Coco.
Hi, I love your channel. I just want to say you really get me through my workday.
Thank you, thank you.
I started listening about a week ago. Yeah, it was really inspirational. I just wanted to just bring to everyone's attention. I don't know if you guys saw that article that was floating around, and it basically did a study of how poverty is linked to Black men. So, just in short, in the article, it talked about, of course, we all know Black women make less than men, and especially white men. So, in the article, it just discussed how Black women as a whole are able to lift themselves out of poverty, usually through education or entrepreneurship. But when they get with a Black man, specifically when they create a family, meaning if they get pregnant or whether they marry the Black man, that brings down their financial status as opposed to, let's say, them just staying single. So throughout that article, in every study that was done, Black men scored the lowest. So they scored lowest in education, they scored lowest in income, they scored lowest in no matter what race they married, like whether it was white, Black, Latino, they still made less. And they also always lowered the financial status of their partner. I don't know if you guys saw that article, but I was reading it. It's been floating around. Like I saw it on other channels. I think Paris Milan or Cynthia G. And then I read the article for myself. There's a couple charts and stuff in there, and it was just saying how poverty is linked to Black men, and I just found that to be hilarious. And I truly think it's true. It's the whole concept of I could do that on my own.
No,
Did you
girl,
guys see that article that I'm talking about?
it's the Brooks. It's the Brooks Institute article about all men. I think I did look over that one if it's the same one, but the article is real. It's very real. And I'm not trying to be mean, but that's why you have everybody trying to invest in Black women because they see the difference between how Black women lift themselves out of poverty, and that's why they invest in
Exactly.
education into Black women because they know educated Black women bring in a lot of funding into America in general, and they get the wheels turning.
Mhm.
And that's why you see a lot of promotion of now interracial dating. It is done on purpose. Interracial dating when it comes down to Black women and other groups of men. That's why you see men being at the Brookings Institute. So this is
And I
very
also wanted to speak on the interracial part too,
Go
because
ahead.
I'm also West African. So with that being said too, it's not heavily as promoted as West Africa, like international dating. But the girls over there, they know. Like you go to Ghana, you go to Nigeria, especially, they have no problem dating a white man because they know ain't nothing, especially a black man in Africa, a lot of them, kind of useless. Like they would have it, woman works all day, she takes care of the kids, but they want to be treated like a king. They do the same shit that they do here with the misogyny, where it's like times 10 over there. Where it's like, they don't do nothing all day. The woman is probably, the one hustling, making things happen, but they want a hot meal to be on the table. Like the misogyny over there is just really like African women, of course, serve their men, but there has to be something in it for me as well. And I think just with globalization, with the internet, just people being able to travel more, that a lot of people are like waking up out of that, and it's so good to see.
It is good to see because it's just like it's modern day slavery. You have to like it's like oh you have these high expect, and it's so funny because I was in another room the other day, right, where
Hmm.
where Asian women were talking about the same exact things, where and men were actually listening. There was no pushback. They were asking what Asian women want, and they were like the expectation from the man of women, it's a lot. And I was just like, damn, to see the difference between rooms where, Asian women are talking about their problems that they have with Asian men. And when I see like rooms of like, Black men and Black women talking about it, it's never listening. It's just like, well, that's what a women are supposed to do. And it's like, what? Like, well, in order for a woman to have that, she needs to have pots and pans and food and a house and a stove and a refrigerator. And that all takes
Right.
and the majority of Black men don't have that. So this shouldn't even be a discussion unless they know something we don't.
How about you
Well,
gotta
with
at
them
least try to get
too.
it wet? You gotta at least try to
Go
get it
ahead.
wet. No, I'm sorry. You gotta at least you gotta at least try to get it wet instead of me just being ready, and it doesn't work that way. Y'all
Right.
know what I mean.
Right. There's
You
no
gotta at least try
romance.
to get it wet. Right.
Yeah. Right. But with Asian men too, a lot of them are more receptive to what the women want because that whole one child law, specifically, let's talk about in China. So with that whole one child law, a lot of the men outnumber the women. So like, especially now with millennials our age, I don't know how old everybody is on here, but like with our age groups, now it's like, the prime age to be getting married. So for them, if they are more receptive to listening to what women want, because it's like outnumber the women, they don't. The women have choice. Does that make sense?
Yep.
It's not like a 2-to-1. It's like a 6-to-1 ratio with them. So like the women are the ones that are in control as far as who they want to partner with. And then a lot of times too, they're not just competing with Asian men, they're also competing with white men. And then with the African part, like there's a lot of tribalism in Africa where people want to marry within their specific tribe. But like you'll have a lot of Africans that won't marry Black Americans, but they'll marry white. The same thing Asians do.
And then you have, I would like to add on to that. You got these part-time YouTube mammies talking about some date in the African diaspora like you gonna escape something. You're gonna run from
Right.
the pot to the skillet to the frying pan. You're gonna
Right. It's gonna be
you,
worse.
it's gonna be what they're all fucked. They're just fucked.
Because a lot of them be scammers. Let me tell you that. A lot of them be scammers. Because I live out in Philly, and a lot of them, like, especially when I was probably starting college and stuff, they used to be, printing fake money. They used to do that with the Arabs, the Arabs. They used to print the fake money. A lot of them worked at the airports or in hotels, and they used to steal a lot of the shit. You see them in certain clothes and stuff like that. It's because they stole it because they have access to people's suitcases and shit in the airport.
But let me tell you,
That's all they used to
let
do.
me tell you this. I remember, like, and there's this pride thing, and America is Black America is doing this whole thing where they fetishize African people too, where they think that there's some type of special thing. And I remember, like, I was in a room one time, and I was speaking. The women were speaking about, like, Black men issues, and this man came up on stage and was like, can a Nigerian man speak? Can a Nigerian man speak?" I said, get the fuck out of the stage. Talk about can a
Nigerians are the worst. I cannot,
Oh,
like, I'm African too, but I can't take Nigerians. I feel
there's
like the
nothing
arrogance with
special.
them is on another level.
Yeah, there's nothing special about any man across it. Like, no, you don't get to come up here and act say, "Can a Nigerian speak?" No, no, no. And I do it to Jamaicans, I do it to Grenadians, I do it to Panamanians, I do it to Brazilians. You're nothing special, sir,
They're
because if
not.
you were, you would be able to handle things in your country, and you have not. So until that is happening, you don't get to come to America and then tell American women, well, maybe, if you go over to the diaspora, you will find you no, there's no fuck the diaspora, fuck all of it. It's all needs to burn down and start over because
Yeah, and
I
even
mean,
even on
y'all
what you just said about them not doing shit in their own country, I think a caller on that earlier of how China is like recolonizing Africa. You'll have it where, let's say, black people or other
not
Africans try to
colonized
build
twice.
in Africa, and like the people get jealous. No, I'm serious though. The people get jealous and they like burn your shit down. They don't want to shop with you. But when a white man, like, look at Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad is mostly black country, but their prime minister, like all their world leaders and stuff, are
In
Chinese.
Jamaica,
Like that makes no sense.
in Jamaica,
So
it is
it's
the
like this.
same thing. That their leaders are their
See,
leaders are Indian. They're not. They tell you that they're black, but they are not black.
Y'all, check this out. Speaking of the whole diaspora thing, check this out. I too, African American girl who got tricked by it. I was at the gas station. I saw an African dude pull up. He had a suit on, so I assumed he had money. Now, I don't tell too much about myself, but I just want to let y'all know I'm about that life. Like, I don't just date dudes outside my race. Like, they take care of me. So I saw him, I was like, huh, like, he approached me and I was like, blah, 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 blah. I know how to test dudes. You got to put your hand out and ask for something. If they disappear, they fake. If they stay around, they're really about that life. So he's
right?
dining and dining stuff. And would you like to come over? I said, I picked the most ratchet site. I said I need some clothes on Fashion Nova. When if we go out to dinner, blah blah blah. You're talking about you want to spoil me. I need some stuff from Fashion Nova. He was like, "Why I got to spoil you?" So he was just another naker like the rest of them. He was pretending to be a zaddy, but he really wasn't. That was an eye opener for me about African men. And then as far as island men, West Indian men, my cousin, she married a guy and and he's Barbadian. Do you know that this nigga was married to her for 14 years, never had a job, talking about he's not getting a job unless it has to do with his degree. But showed up for every holiday with the best curry chicken in the world, like that was gonna make up for the rest of his, dysfunction. And it's like, you mean to tell me you went 14 years without having a job? Talking about you want to wait until you get something in your degree? What in the world? And then she sent her daughters over to the Barbados to stay with him for a little bit. She found out that this Negro had left the two daughters and they were living with one of his ex-girlfriends and had to get her kids back to America as soon as possible.
Oh my god, that is ridiculous. I can't with these men. T March, are you? Gwen, are you there? Gwen, did you go?
Oh my gosh, I'm here. Hi.
Oh yeah, go ahead, Gwen.
Hi, I'm a first time caller. I love your
Hey,
show.
welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's funny you guys were speaking about that earlier about African men. I'm African myself, and I was just thinking about the fact that the difference between I'd say like the only difference I can see between African men and African American men or island men is the fact that African men are okay with the concept of hypergamy. They understand. Like I think Coco said they understand that girls around them, if they see a white man, they'll go for him because they equate that with money. But they expect you to be a mule in return. Basically,
Yes.
if you if I'm providing for you, you are basically here for me, and that's it. You exist to serve me, and basically outside of that, what you do is none of my business slash I don't care about what you do as long as you're here, you open your legs up at night when I need to, you cook and you raise the kids. That's
But do
literally.
you not notice though, like regardless of that, like in African families, girls just aren't appreciated the same. Like you could have a master's degree, you could do all these accomplishments, but if you got a useless man in the house, all he got to do is fix the sink, and he's getting worshipped. Like, does that happen in your family? Because that happens in mine.
Absolutely,
Where
it's a cultural thing. Absolutely.
yeah, and like the older women kind of make it worse too. Like if you don't accept disrespect, it's like, they shame you because your tolerance for disrespect is not as high as theirs. And it's like, oh, you're never gonna find a husband, all this.
It's this really weird. I could say so much. Oh my god, like it's this really weird cultural thing that I was seeing because we have this. I guess it's on both sides. We have this elitist thing in some African communities where you kind of up your nose up at Black Americans, right? But the only difference that I see is the fact that our spices are maybe a little spicier and we have an accent. The rest of it, kind of the same. Because we come here, yes, we go after engineering degrees and doctorates. Absolutely. I will admit that the most educated, I guess, minor demographic when it comes to immigrants are Nigerians. Like we degrees are up there. We do all of that. So we are definitely understood to go behind and look after finances, but that never translates to family and to intergenerational wealth, if that makes sense. And and my hypothesis is because of the family model that of the toxic like the toxic family dynamic where the man is worshipped and everything else is there to serve him. So he never thinks about passing wealth on into a generation and into legacy because his wealth acquires is for him and his spoils. And his family is not for him to kind of set up for the next generation to be better, but his family is for him to basically be an ornament on his arm so that he could live his best life, if that makes sense. So I think when it comes down to it, there really is no difference. I know in certain content creators will say that, oh, diverse, maybe go into the diaspora. Honestly, if you're asking someone who is from the diaspora, there is no difference, ladies. There really isn't.
Right.
Like
It's the same.
go, like honestly, the only difference is that a man will know that he needs to like pay for your meal. He won't complain about it, but in return, you basically are his slave. There is no difference, ladies. Divest. Like honestly, go, 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 go. And I was thinking about that, which brings me to my second point. I don't have any kids myself, but I have a sister, a darker skinned sister. Honestly, earlier when you guys were talking about nicknames, I was laughing because I call her Vanilla because Vanilla is originally dark, and she's very tall, very dark skin. Her skin is beautiful, shiny. Like, oh my God, she's beautiful. So I joke, I call her Vanilla because I just find it ironic. But honestly, I'm not suggesting that we should that should be the name that we kind of call the more chocolate sisters. But aunt, she's 16, 17, and I am starting to get her young. Like she already understands that there is no wealth in the Black community. She already understands. We have conversations all the time about when she starts dating, she is not going to be looking at Black men. She's not going to be at all. Like she goes and she's on TikTok, watching those videos all the time. Of course, it comes across her feed, and she'll even sit down. We'll talk about it. I use it as a kind of lesson to just kind of talk through. Hey, what is going on in your head? how are you when you see things like this on the internet with people that look like you berating girls that look like you? And I think honestly, I'm proud up to the point where now she kind of looks at it. She's like, wow, like these people really don't love themselves. Like these boys are gross. Like they're great. They're disgusting. Like why would you not love yourself? That's gross. And now she's up to the point where she herself is saying no, like I'm not dating a black man. Like there's no wealth there. Like I want to be rich tomorrow. I want to have money. Like I can't see any rich black men around me. Like so I'm not gonna be dating a black man. Like blah blah blah. And I learned that you have to get them early. You have to combat the already depressing narrative out here that black men are putting out on social media. But not only do you have to combat that, you also have to instill like that you have to kind of de decondition them from that black male worship. Basically, have to nick at that early up to the point where they're ready to step out there and to look for partners. They know not to look in the trash in the first place because what they're not gonna find there are diamonds. Like like you don't. If you want good things, you don't go in the trash to look. If you want good things, you go in nice stores to look. So she's gonna be looking, but not in the black community.
Thank, thank you. So, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, thank you so much. I think it was T March next.
What was that, babe?
T March, you there? Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfect. Before you bring her on, I just wanted to say thank you so much for having me, baby. I can't wait to catch the next one. I'm about to play this entire live back so I can laugh and go to sleep.
Thank
So
you. I appreciate you.
good night,
Thank you for
y'all.
coming
I
on.
love
Miss
you. I'll
you.
catch you on the
I
next one,
love you
babe.
too. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, T March.
Can you
Welcome to
hear
the
me?
screen. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, so good to be back on your show. So good to be listening to another live streams. Thanks so much for having me. Can I go ahead and hop in?
I,
She's gorgeous.
you sound like you sound robotic.
Oh, okay. So let me take my headphones off. Give me one moment.
And
Can
y'all
you hear
like
me?
this video, make sure you subscribe to this channel. I appreciate y'all so
Can
much.
you
Thank
hear
you.
me?
Yes, ma'am, I do hear you. Hey, T March, welcome back.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. Okay, so I'm just gonna hook in because I know there's a timeline here. Is it okay?
You sound a little lower now. You want to come closer to this?
Okay, you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so I'm just because there was some
I don't know what's
commentary.
going on.
I believe.
T March, you're still glitching. Do you have on your
Oh no.
are you on your phone? Try to turn off your Wi-Fi.
Yeah, hold on. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I don't know what's going on.
Oh, you sound good now.
Oh, do I? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so I'm gonna hop in. There was a I believe a super sticker, and she was just making the comment, about giving some thought to the dehumanizing um probability when using, like, I guess, a tag or a moniker, to embrace, your darker skin, or whatever it is that it's going to take for you to feel good, right? So I pose this question, I because I don't see it as dehumanizing. I see it as no different than, when something embarrassing happens, I always tend to just embrace it. If I trip, I'm the first one to laugh. If I stumble and, mess up, I'm the first one to own it, because to own it is to embrace it, and is to take away any power that it could possibly.
Oh, she cut out. T March, if you can hear me, you cut out. while she comes back, oh, I knew she was gonna do every time something good, they always cutting her out. It's annoying. I'm gonna drop the link. Hold on, T March. I'm just gonna remove you and then have you come back up.
Okay.
Wait, can you hear me? Oh, okay, good. All right, y'all. Just like this video, make sure you subscribe into the channel. If you want to come up and drop some gems, drop some knowledge, talk about what was going on or what you saw in the video, here's the link to come on up. This connection is horrible. And I definitely want to thank everybody who came up to the show today. This was a good one. Let me see if she's coming up. The link is in the chat, y'all. Wow, this is like the most people I've ever had in the chat room. It's crazy. Thank y'all so much for your support. This is beautiful. Love it. Okay, hi Cherry Blast. How are you, beautiful?
Hey, Eddie.
Hi. Shalala says, "Are you going to talk about the Wendy Williams and Tabitha Brown tomorrow?" I definitely am, but somebody got really mad at me and sent me like a nasty email for how I spoke about it on Clubhouse. But we'll talk about it. But just make sure you like this video. Go ahead, Cherry. What you got to bring to the stream, girl? Long time no see.
Oh, I got a lot of tea. But at the same time, that Tabitha room you did on Clubhouse, I agree with you. I don't think you said anything wrong. I just think that some Black women get kind of triggered when you tell the truth about their relationships, and they feel like you're attacking them personally. But if you feel personally attacked, you should probably wonder why you're still doing the same stuff you're doing then, if that makes sense.
Yeah. A lot of people came up and they were like ready to fight already. And I was like, damn, I haven't even started the damn room. I was like, relax. Even the men, I was like, relax. Let me reset it. It's just a title. Go ahead, Cherry.
You're like, can I ask a question? Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question?
I'm like, damn, what are you asking?
Oh my gosh, that killed me. I was like, no, you can't. See, if I was a moderator, I would be kicking these people off the stage, like before they even had a chance to even say another second sentence or anything. Like they just irritate my soul now. Like I can't listen to, these men on Clubhouse. They're just so that's. But so actually, I know this is like kind of off topic now because we kind of veered off into another thing, but I want to like bring it back to what we were kind of talking about, which is, in particular, like some of Black men's kind of entitlement to our attention. It was so bad. This is like 2 occasions where I felt like, okay, something is amiss here. This isn't normal. So I remember I was like I was still in school, Georgia State, all that. And I was walking to one of my classes, and mind you, it's just me, just mind my own business. I just walked past this, like, I guess, tall, dark-skinned dude, and I wasn't thinking much of it. And then all of a sudden, I hear I have good peripheral vision, and I have good hearing too when I feel like hearing, And all of a sudden, I hear like a really loud tea suck, and I'm like, "Are you what?" And so what I kind of got from that particular moment is that he was mad that I didn't look at him or acknowledge him because I was just walking to class. I don't like to. There's just too many people. It gets my anxiety running up. I just try to like go through the crowds and stuff because they really just do be huddling around each other before going to class or after class and stuff like that. It's just too much for me sometimes. And so when I was going there, I just would, just go straight through the crowds and stuff. And he was mad that I didn't look at him. Like he sucked his teeth at me. And I was just like, okay. Yeah. And then the second time, I honestly was ready to smack this random dude with my purse. Like I was in Texas. I was basically going back to my mom's and dad's house because she was there for work, and we had two separate households at the time, and so we were visiting them in Texas. We went to this mall in Texas. I can't remember what it was because I haven't been to Texas like that many times, and I didn't stay that long. But
I swear, okay, I was, like I said, again, minding my business, walking with, I think, either my little brother or one of my sisters. And I remember seeing this white dude at this kiosk. He was like more brown skin, I guess. And like, again, mind my business. I didn't look at him because I didn't think he was really worth my, attention because, my preference is really white and Asian men, but particularly Asian men. Tell me why. I think the second time I passed by him, he noticed that I wasn't looking at him. He tripped me. He tripped me physically.
That is crazy. He tripped you.
Yes, he tripped me, and I remember stumbling. I gave him the dirtiest little look, like, oh, so you must really want my purse in your face, don't you? Like, you must really
I
want my
would have
purse.
sent him to jail. To jail. And I love to call the cops.
I was this close to calling the mall police. Like, now that I think about it, I was like about to get someone. I was like, can someone beat this dude up for me? Because I'm not trying to like make myself look masculine and stuff. Because already know, oh, she's acting like the angry black woman. It doesn't matter if I'm light skinned or anything. I just felt like he felt like, oh, you're not gonna give me attention? How dare you? And tripped me. And I was just like, I remember stumbling and just thinking like, am I gonna be that girl today? Like, am I gonna be that person today? But I was like, no, 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 no. I'm a lady. I'm a lady. It's like so much.
It's hard to be a lady sometimes. I know it is. I know it is. Damn men be trying the hell out of you. I know it is.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Like this is what I'm talking about. They feel like they're entitled to our attention, no matter the skin tone, no matter the features or whatever. They really do feel like because they feel like it's like kind of like a reverse psychology thing. They know that if they really think about it, it's just like Marvin off of Too Hot to Handle. He thought he was gonna go up in there and just snatch up all the non-black women, and they were just gonna like just be at his feet. Tell me why those non-black women were not checking for him. And Melinda was the only one, the black woman, the gorgeous black woman, just beautiful, deep tone, dark skinned black woman, was basically model gorgeous. She was the only one really giving him any attention. And she had like a whole white guy and another guy. I haven't watched the whole season yet, but she had options. But for some reason, I don't know what it is with some black women. They just feel like they have to go right back around to black men because of some weird obligation or something. It's weird. It's weird. But he ended up winning. Marvin ended up winning. I mean, if you even want to even watch it, I mean, it's not much. I don't think it's worth even watching all the way anyway. But I just thought it was so weird that she it was obvious that she was really into him, but he was kind of sad that the non-black women were giving him any play. And I was just like, see, they're so. It's just, but he was sexually attracted most likely to Melinda, but he wasn't seeing her as like a dating prospect. And then come to find out, Eddie, this dude has like 4 baby mamas. And someone's spilling tea on him in the comment section and saying, yeah, he owes like $17,000 in child support or something like that.
Are we surprised though? I mean, it just gets worse. I can't. I guess she dodged a bullet, huh?
She dodged a missile at that point. Yeah, and then, but mind you, Marvin was also by the way, he's a black French dude. So you already heard about those black French dudes. Apparently, they're even worse than ADOS. So I was like, dang, I didn't think that was possible.
Well, they came from somewhere, and majority of those men are from Africa.
You are right. That is true.
They like to. They don't like to talk about them ones in the UK.
Oof. It's bad all around, pretty much. That's why when I see like ADOS black women saying, "Oh, they, not that even divest, but like, choose the African man, choose the Caribbean man, but particularly African." I'm like, are you sure? Are you sure? Because my own mom was like, "Don't date them. They're very controlling." And I was just like, "Well, dang, mommy, okay." My mom was a very, understanding and like I feel like she's very level headed about the stuff. Like eventually she just came and sat me and my older sister down and said, you know what? I'm seeing this caliber of black men nowadays, and I just don't want y'all to be dealing with that. Date out if y'all want to. I'm not judging you. I actually feel like y'all should, and I'm not gonna, hold you to your feet to the fire because you choose to. And I was like, Mom, you already know I was on that. She's like, yeah. Because she's married to a whole black man, and she sees how bad it is right now. Like that's what the type of black women that I respect too. The ones who are also, maybe dating or marrying black men, but they see how bad it is, and they're not disillusioned to the fact that it is that bad. They don't say, oh, I found one, so you should be fine. You should find one too, type thing. It's like, no, no, yours is a unicorn. Get that mess out of here.
And they just want you to be miserable too. That's what it is. He's not a unicorn. Okay, he's not a unicorn. They didn't get no special man. They just want you to be miserable, so it could be miserable sisters, and y'all can gossip together about how horrible your men are together.
Oh snap! So basically, that unicorn is a horse with a painted cone on
Yep.
top of its head. Oh my gosh!
March, welcome back, honey.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. I'll be in the comment section.
Thank you so much.
Hi.
All right, bye y'all.
Bye. Thank you so much. I
Bye.
missed
you. Bye.
Welcome
Hey,
back.
you.
Yes, I was like, oh my God.
Hi.
Say something good.
Okay, so can you hear me? Because let me be very clear. Can you hear me? Okay, because I went straight super glue. I was like, oh hell to the no. Got to get back up there. So I just did a little bit of super gluing, but thank you for having me back. So back to what I was saying. I just feel like there's a difference, and I actually would love to see more um you know, darker skinned women, chocolate. I don't care whatever feels good. And if you're able to embrace it, minus the embarrassment, then you've just snatched all the power from anyone who could take that, weaponize it, and try to dehumanize you with it. No, dehumanization has to be given power. It can only be given power by you. So it's a choice, and I just want people to really start understanding the difference when it comes to what actual choices are. Okay, that's that. Moving on, and speaking of unicorns, can I please speak about, first of all, let me just get this out the way. The the trail of tears in reverse that I saw was atrocious. It was sad, and it was actually a pretty much an atrocity to the actual atrocity that took place with our Native Americans, who are the original Aborigines of this continent and of this country here. So Columbus didn't discover anything. Kind of hard to discover something and plant a flag when you're actually greeted by the original people of that land. Okay, that's in parentheses. Back to what I was saying. Back to what should really be indicative and what should truly be the picture of a unicorn when you look it up in the dictionary. Dark skinned women. Okay. And please just give me a minute to speak on this because I'm truly coming from a very genuine place. Dark skinned women, and I'm speaking specifically to you, unicorns, the queens of the universe. There is none of us without you. Queen, queens, cradle, the women, the true cradle of civilization. There's no me. There's none of us without you. The fact that black is always looked at in a derogatory and negative manner, I tend to scoff at and I laugh. And I really tend to laugh when they say that white, embodies it's the entire spectrum. No, no. And you can find this out just by simply taking a box of crayons and just scribbling all the colors on a piece of on a piece of damn white paper. The only thing that white paper does is justify and proves that it is all the colors of the spectrum that when they come together forms black. So you embody all colors of the spectrum. So what am I saying? It all comes from you, not the other way around. Know who you are, Please stand in your truth. Please stand in your beauty. I'm about to like cry because my throat is so full. I have a dark skinned sister. I had to watch my grandmother, my very fair skin, light skin, quote unquote good hair grandmother, call her dark, call her out of her name. I've had to watch too many black women embody that. And what is so funny right now to this day, she's bad, bad, and I mean bad. She has her doctorate. She's running an entire clinic. She just had her house built from the ground up. She, she embodies all of that. And so does every black woman. But dark skinned women, please understand that. Listen to these words: coal, diamond, okay? Oil, liquid wealth, okay? The backdrop of the entirety of God's universe, I'm pretty sure it's black. Most importantly, the darkest berries, it's not a coincidence that they're always the sweetest. Please know who you are. Please stand in your divinity. Please stand in your uniqueness. Please take what they try to weaponize against you, your full lips, your thick thighs, your dark skin, your beautiful, you melanated skin that can absorb the sun, your hair that grows towards the sun, that defies gravity. And that's all black women, but my dark skinned women, please stand. Please stand in your power. Because if you're not standing in your power, we're all weak. We're all weak. Please hear me. And let's do something about that reverse trail of tears that I saw, that sad demonstration of a bunch of groupie as young black, basically men in reverse, having the audacity to line up to denigrate a line of broken young women who literally, because at least the Indians, the Native Americans, they stood there because it was forced upon them. How do you line up? How do you sign up? How do you fill out an application to be filmed and denigrated? More likely than not, knowing that that's exactly what's going to happen, whether you're taking it as a backhand compliment or whether you're taking it as exactly what they're throwing in your face. In your face. That's all I'm going to say about that. As far as the names that people were mentioning earlier, I personally love our obsidians. It's natural. It's a stone. It has natural properties, much like our black women. Natural, have been here since the beginning of time, grows naturally. I love ebonies, our ebonies. I love our mahoganies. Those are just some suggestions. Okay, before I get off or before I close my mouth, let me just say this, and this has nothing to do with this. Thank you, Black TikTokers. Please do not go back. We are watching the whole damn system fall apart. We are literally watching them look into the camera and smile because technically they know that that's all that they have. We are watching them turn their backs and walk or whatever it is that they're doing. It what you have done, what you have initiated, what you have put into inertia and implemented, it is working. Knowing it is working, it is working so well. This would be the time when you would come together and you would create literally your own version of this social media platform. You have power. You have just shown yourself that you have power. Use it. Use it. Don't go on strike with TikTok because it is still their platform. Build your own. You have just demonstrated your own freaking power. Use it. Do not give it back to them. Do not give it back to them. When I watched the differences, the sheer uniqueness, the damn near inability to even hold ourselves back when we hear the beat, and for that to come pouring out organically, fluidly, naturally, because it's just who the hell we are. And to watch them literally, watching them this, it's like watching somebody put Legos together, like you blick, click, 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 click. No, 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 there's no fluidity. There's nothing there. Black TikTok, I congratulate you. I thank you. Now I'm begging you. Do not go on strike. Walk. You've already walked. Just continue to walk. because it's not going to change. And if it does, it will be temporary. Please leave. Please leave and stay gone and create your own. Come together. If you could come together to do that, you just watched the beginning, the initiative of what you can actually do. Please do not take your talent back there. I am so tired. I'm tired of seeing it. And I'm tired of you not getting the credit that you are freaking due. There's no reason why Jimmy Fallon should have done and or acted and then to act like he did not know better when he immerses himself in black culture more than any of those talk show hosts. Maybe aside from Bill Maher. Oh, okay, whatever, all of them. Whatever. Because they've all got to get their material, right? Okay. And thank you so much. I'm done because I'll just keep going and I want to be respectful of your platform. But
Thank
that
you
is
so
literally a side note. Thank you. Thank you
I
so much.
appreciate you for all the scholarship you brought. I really do. And that needed to be said.
Thank you.
Listen, and I also want to let uh the black TikTokers know. Understand that there's a difference between how black women are treated on TikTok and black men. Do it for yourself. Don't do it for no man.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, please do not do it for no damn men. Separate yourself, and understand that a lot of that content that was stolen from you, there was a black man right behind that white woman who stole it from 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 those black women. Okay, so and it said nothing. So get your tribe, know who you are, and
Hmm.
don't work for no man. Hi, MV. Thank you so much, T March, for coming up. I appreciate you. Love you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Can I say 3 seconds? Ladies, please don't mistake what you're being offered for what you're truly worth. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Thank you. You too. And y'all make sure y'all still
Take
like
care.
the stream and subscribe, please, and hit the notification bell. Hi, MV. Welcome to the show.
Hello. I'm so sorry. I'm actually driving, but I actually wanted to get on really quickly. Just because I've been watching you for about maybe a month or two now, and I just really appreciate all of the, the black women who come up, and, just talk about their experiences and just really try to motivate the younger generation. I'm 24. I just moved to a new place, and I actually went out with my niece. She's about a year older than me, but we went out about 2 weekends ago. Things are starting to open back up where we live. We live in California, but I actually had an experience where I got up, I got dressed and stuff like that, and I've been revamping my clothes and stuff, and I put on a really cute outfit, and I was really feeling myself. And this Asian man approached me. He asked me out on a date, said he wanted to take me out to dinner. We actually went out to dinner last weekend. He's really nice. He's a professor, a philosophy professor, very smart. And we just talked about cultural values and things like that. But later on that night, I ended up going to a bar, and a black male approached me. He had gold teeth in his mouth, and his breath was kind of foul. But he was trying to talk to me, and so I didn't want to give him my number, so I told him to put his number in my phone, which I quickly deleted afterwards. But my friend was sitting next to me, and she's on her phone, and he's like, I got a white boy for you, and you don't like black dudes, and she was like, no, like I'm talking to someone or whatever. She kind of brushed it off. And so I turned to him and asked him, I said, well, you didn't extend that same offer to me. And he's like, oh, that's okay. That's okay. I got a white boy for you. And he tells his friend to like come over. And then he tells me, he's like, yeah, black girls usually are my preference anyways. But you still approach me. Later on that night, the Asian guy, he comes to the bar, to come have a conversation with me, and I see the black male in the corner pointing at me, whispering to his friend, and I'm just like, why are you upset? Why are you so worried about what I'm doing and who I'm? So I don't know. I thought that was very, very weird and uncalled for. I also have a little sister too as well, and she's 13, and she's also on TikTok. My mom doesn't let her post, but she is allowed to, be on there. And so she's been sending me a lot of messages or just videos in regards to TikTok and what they're saying about black girls on there. And I've really been trying to have more important discussions with her about her self-esteem and representation. That we have as black girls and as black women too as well. I also am an advocate, So I also work with youth and young adults. Right now I'm an advocate. I work with teen moms. Um, and so I definitely see this continuing, to show up. But I just wanted to come and share that. I don't know if you'll be getting off soon, but yeah, just thank you for just having this space, for us, and I really appreciate listening to all of the women, who come and speak. So thank you.
Of course, thank you so much. And you know what? I kind of love that that the men are showing their asses because it helps push women to see. And I feel like a lot of the times, everybody in the community were protecting these types of men. So the shield was over and nobody was able to see how these men actually are. So everybody was just like, what are y'all talking about? And now that everybody has now withdraw the cloak, and like kind of pull back and it's just like, well, if this is what it is what it is. Now everyone's starting to see and everyone's shocked, but like people who are like us, like we're like, well, girl, like what are you shocked about? Like this is who they are. They're showing you exactly what we've been saying for a long time. And that's why, like, I don't go, I realize that it's kind of actually dangerous to get involved um, when you see certain types of situations. You're going to have to let women see it for themselves and then set the trail where it's just like, girl, if you want a way out, here it is. I'm not going to tell you though, but come on, so that's exactly how it needs to go going forward. And just let these men start showing their asses. I said that this is the last year of the dusty men, and I meant it. I mean, it's the last year for them, and they have to understand that there's no coming back. And Black women overall will never ever have the same outlook. I mean, I wouldn't say outlook. I would say, what's the word for it? I would say overall look on these men going forward. And that's serious. Like even the ones who do stay and decide to date, they will never look at these men the same. Never. Never. There's going to be something that's going to happen and it's going to be so bad. It's going to be so bad that they're going to be painted as monsters and no one is going to look at them the same. Even the women who
No,
pick each for them.
no, I definitely agree. I definitely agree with that. And I'm also starting to kid in like, my brothers, too, as well. I know someone came on earlier and they mentioned that, like the boys definitely get treated differently. And I've always kind of felt like that with my younger brother, even though I feel like I've had a lot more challenges, than him. And because I do come from a blended family. But I just feel like my mom definitely coddles him. And if you speak on it or stuff like that, she'll get really defensive, her and my aunts and things like that. So, and my stepdad, he told my mom about it. He tried to talk to her, and she was like, he took my little brother to the side, and he was like, hey, like you just are helping around the house, like you're being lazy, and this and that. And my mom got upset and was like, oh, well, I think it's the way you said it. And I told her, I said, I said you want someone to. He doesn't have a father, or our father is absent. So I said, this he's trying to step in and to try to step up to the plate. And I said, but you're not allowing him to do so. You want to pick and choose, and that's not how it is. So I definitely see that with the brothers, with my brothers too as well. My brother actually, he said something. We went out to lunch a couple weeks ago, and he said something that literally pissed me off. My mom, she joked about it. She's like, I saw your eye kind of twitch a little bit. He's dating someone who's she's black and Asian, and he said that he realizes that she's more submissive. And I said, I totally disagree with that. And I just kind of felt like, where are you even getting this from? Because you were not saying this, a few years ago. So I even think it's starting to, I'm starting to see it definitely a lot more, especially, within my family. Even how Cynthia G was saying, like, even when they do marry out or they date out, they get the bottom of the barrel, Becky or Beckisha. My cousin just proposed to some white some white girl, and I don't know what's going on. It's just they still choose love, but then they want to talk about us.
and,
Um,
and and let them have them, let them take them and move forward, and that's that. Don't look back, just be like, oh, all right, well, because honestly it's really too late. You don't even need to have a debate with your brother on who's more submissive. These women who come in and try to infiltrate Black men, they're not no more submissive. They smash cars, they roll their necks, they hit back, so they can try to pretend like these women are more submissive, but maybe they consider abuse more submissive, like, right? Or maybe those men are more feminine, so they maybe have some like weird fetish for that shit. But the women just need to stay away from those types of men, even like if it's family members, because it's going to get real out here.
I agree. No, I definitely agree. And I even told my brother, I'm like, in order for someone to submit, you have to have something to submit to, you know. And I was just like, you have to have your stuff together. You have to be, you need to pay, you know. You know what? My grandma, I've been talking to her a lot about, relationships and things like that. And she told me that, when my grandpa would get his checks, he would bring his entire check home and give it to her first and tell her to use the money and to pay the bills and things like that, and he would just get what was left. And I realized I tried to explain that to someone else, and they're like, "Oh, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that." Well, what I gotta give my money for? But it's like you want women to submit, but you still want to go 50-50, on bills and things like that. So I find that very interesting. But I'm gonna let you go. Sorry, I don't want to take up too much
No,
time.
no, don't say sorry. You said a word, and thank you for listening to the show. I highly appreciate it. It's
Of
actually
course.
really beautiful to see that women keep coming up and enjoying the show and actually putting some input. So thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a good night. Thank
You
you.
have a good night too. Thank you for coming up. You're always welcome. Well, this was a hell of a show, y'all. This was a hell of a show. Shout outs to all the women who came up. And really was able to bring a different perspective. Shout outs to the people who came up who was there with me from the beginning, like the beginning. I was actually shocked. And there's been so much viewers today. Just make sure y'all like this video. I know y'all still betting me because you're like, why is this man talking about this crap? Who is he? What's going on? Yes, promise you, keep watching. You may like the content. Yeah, but crap. I'm on Clubhouse a lot, so yeah. If you have a Clubhouse, just put a one in the chat, and I will drop my link of Clubhouse. If you want to join the Discord, you will have to email me at eddieatheem@gmail.com. Send me a voice note so I can I can understand what's your name, so I know that you're a woman and that you're not trying to trick us. She's screaming at the thumbnail. Um, what else do I have to mm, yeah. So find me on either Discord, find me on either Clubhouse, and I love you all. Here's the email right here. Make sure you subscribe, please. Subscribe. I'm almost at 3K. That's so crazy. This is so strange. I would have been at 15 if my ass would have stayed consistent. But unfortunately, I had some things I need to do. But so let me put my Clubhouse in a chat. And shout outs to the moderators who help moderate my Discord and who help moderate on here too. It's weird. It's like a whole team thing. Hi Aisha. Yeah, I'm back. I'm back like cook crack. I hate saying that, but I just had to say it. Yeah, but shout outs to the thank you, Call Me Coco. Make sure you follow Call Me Coco. Make sure you follow Mocha Mommy too. Yes, I'm so glad that y'all finally on YouTube. Thank you, Mika. I love you too. I love everybody in the live stream today, and I love all the moderators. Y'all really do help me out because it is very chaotic. To be running all these live stream. Thank you, Darkskin, gentlewoman. I'm Dar- hmm. It's so funny because like I'm a big fan of you on Twitter. I'm actually shocked that you're watching my content. It almost like I just can't believe this. Oh yes, yes. I told y'all that I was gonna get some banners. I was gonna get some banners. I put the Clubhouse link in there. There it is. Thank you, Carolyn. Let me see what else did I put. Oh, you sub to both, sub to both. Thank you, and thank you for everybody who supports me on Clubhouse. I really appreciate it. I know it's really chaotic, but yeah, I love her playlist too. I was just looking at it now. She has a great hypergamic I follow. Thank you for your sister. Thank you, Darkskin. I really appreciate you. Y'all have a good night. I'll be on here tomorrow. I don't know which video I'm going to release tomorrow. Oh, I'm definitely going to do the Wendy Williams. Y'all know I love me some Wendy Williams. I can't wait to. Hey, pink butterflies. I can't wait to talk about this whole Wendy Williams slash Tabitha Brown thing. I'm gonna have to give me a glass of wine tomorrow. I'm gonna have to get me a glass of wine tomorrow because this is gonna be messy. Oh, hi, Yami. Thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the live stream. Thank you, Fix It. I appreciate it. Listen, I will always love and support Black women. I'm not going nowhere. Okay, I'm not going nowhere. I will continue to make platforms and live streams and do all this other stuff because this is just in support, and I will always forever support. But y'all have a good night. I'm gonna end this live stream.